Hey guys and girls, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting for Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stats for losers.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is.
You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Airing It Out podcast. We have, by popular demand, Brandon Rose. Mr. Brandon, how we doing?
Always a pleasure, sir. Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for being an amazing guest and always being so humble and receiving such great attention. So this is what I wanted to
lead. I got them all fooled.
Oh, for sure. Listen, so do I. What I wanted to lead into is the thing that gets me nervous, bro, is, okay, are we fit or unfit to go and serve the masses? There are people dying. There's record numbers breaking and shattering every day. Do I want to be the hazmat bartender or the hazmat waiter? Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that I have to risk my health to make money? That doesn't even sound fair. That sounds crazy. That sounds asinine. What do you think, Brandon?
Well, the first thing I think about is my employer. Because it is up to him whether he chooses to open his restaurant or not. And I can imagine the rest of piling up over these last few months. He's anxious to make as much money as he can, but we're in a restaurant with 9 employees and like 8 guests.
That's so crazy,
really
bro.
Hard
That's crazy, dude. That's so insane. It's almost like the fucking restaurant's empty.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you're trying to open up the restaurant to get like 2 or 3 grand every night, when generally a night for you is like 12 to 15.
The only thing that I could pull from this is that these guys owe the landlord's money. So some money is better than no money. But at the same time, there's so many different factions that this thing falls under that it almost borderlines danger. Because, okay, sure, you're the restaurant owner, right? First of all, we both know that you can't open a restaurant if you don't have money. This guy has money. Okay, cool. You tell the local government or the government, you say, hey, look, right now I'm struggling. I need a little bit of a loan to help out with the certain situations that are coming during COVID. But yet, where's our protection? I think that we've had this discussion off air a lot about being homeowners, about being business owners. The working force right now during COVID is not being protected. Even though you say you show up in a hazmat, so that probably is not 100%. That's not 100%. So we are kind of protected. But what if,
No, I'm not wearing a hazmat suit. That's definitely not the case. That was a little sarcasm.
You sure? Come on, bro. It seems.
It has the same amount of layers, I'm sure. I'm changing rubber gloves every 5 minutes. I always wash my hands 50 times a shift anyway.
That was another thing. So funny, not to interrupt you. So being that you and I we're lifers, right? And now I'm trying to segue into I don't know what, but I've always washed my hands. I've washed my hands so freaking much behind the bar that they've been rubbed raw. And then this COVID bullshit, they're like, hey, wash your hands. I'm like, bro, that seems like a no fucking brainer. Where the fuck is everybody else? Are you guys wiping your ass and touching your nose and your face? Does anybody? How
Like,
come I need to
seriously.
tell people, hey, wash your hands and sing a birthday song, bro?
And it's just so gross, dude. That's why I always try to stay clean and sanitary, because I don't want to serve people gross shit. You know, I don't want to grab near the lip of the cup you're drinking from, because you don't know where my hands are. You know, and a lot of guys will scratch their nuts and then hand you a drink from the top, and basically, that puts my lips on your fucking pecker or your pecker schmegma, and it's fucking disgusting. There's a lot of really nasty shit in the restaurant industry, and
There
it's on
is.
you to do a service for your guests to keep it clean and not disgusting.
I agree, dude. You know
Don't
what?
touch your fucking hair.
You know what pisses me off? That it took for the fucking coronavirus for everybody to fucking be like super understanding on how serious being clean is, to being hygienic is. Like, where the fuck were you guys at in second grade? Because true story, bro. Like, someone taught me out the gate, wash your hands, and then you can operate this. I just don't know. And so this is my thing, and you could tell me. The last time we were here, by the way, Brandon was on a previous episode that will be coming out soon. Uh, I was like baffled in the sense of people being upset with the fact that there are these extra procedures that are needed to make sure that your food, okay, and everything that's necessary for you to fucking eat the best steak on the planet. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, where were these things before? I feel like there's been a lax in the restaurant, I don't know, culture for the most part. I mean, for me, I have to argue that because bartenders are ridiculous about washing their hands because we get all this sticky shit. But maybe for a server, right, pretend, or a captain, you're not fucking with things. You're just grabbing and dropping. And I mean, at a really
when
nice.
I
Go ahead.
when I bartended, the most important thing for me wasn't that my hands were clean. It was that all of the items that I was touching were clean.
Agreed.
Which is why I would wipe the bottle every shift,
Yeah.
every single one of them.
Right. I mean, that's protocol.
Why I'm like, because I don't want to be touching anything gross. That can make the bottle slip out of my hand and break glass and ice, and it just fucks me. No matter how busy you get, if you stay focused and just um, keep your wits about you, you can keep up. You'll never get overwhelmed. But if you slack and don't wipe your bottles down, or have some nastiness on your bottle and you drop that shit into the ice, that's going to torpedo the whole ship.
You know what I wanted to say?
Like,
I feel bad for, let's pretend, the people that are trying to, I'm not going to say break into the industry, but try to find a way of making money. It's a very slippery situation because now if you're coming in as someone that's trying to learn, not only do you have to learn the business, now you have to learn the COVID business, which is very, very strange. We all know how the game goes. Like you said, I thought that what you just said previously was hugely important. I had to make sure my tumblers were clean. I had to make that my Boston shaker was clean. I had to make sure that the bar spoon that I just used was clean. Everything, I constantly made sure everything was clean for the next movement. And so I definitely think there's going to be a walk back of people. I mean, think about this. Apparently college doesn't exist anymore. You can fucking do college online, right? So
yeah, not in the way that it used to. I have something to add to that earlier. When you think about every bartender that you ever see in a movie, okay, is there ever a time that bartender isn't doing something? In every
100%.
character that you see,
100%. I think,
every time.
what was it? Shucks. Woody Harrelson was always polishing that fucking same glass and cheers over and over and over again. I almost like to question, like, bro, don't you have another fucking glass to polish? Because you've been polishing the same fucking glass.
But literally, that to me is a sign of a good bartender.
Yes.
Is that, yeah, he's talking to you, the guest, but he's wiping bottles. You know, he's talking to you, the guest, but he's stocking the refrigerator at the same time. You know, just,
I wanted to tell you, being, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure and honor to have a captain. You motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck that means, but we have a pleasure and the honor to have a captain. Let me ask you, Brandon, as a captain and being a former bartender, what a different situation, because I feel like as a bartender, you're more in control of your environment. As a captain, you rely on other people to execute some of the moves. So even if you were anal retentive, you still gotta have that shit fall down to other people. With me as a bartender, it's me. So if you could shed some light on having, I mean, I don't even know what this is like in the Corona, but I know you know, like, fuck, I'm slammed. I got 6 tables. I got quadruple sat. I'm trying to get it all out, and you're, you know, delegating things to people in the bar. If I got quadruple sat, I'm fucked. I don't really have no help. I gotta crush it, and I gotta clean while I talk.
I was about to say it takes a much, 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 much more skilled employee to actually make money as a bartender, because you have to be a server way past. But the main difference that I noticed, and something I miss about bartending, is you actually have power as a bartender because you're a drug dealer.
Facts. It's illegal. It's legal drugs, baby.
Yep,
it's legal
really
drugs.
is.
That's what. Let me tell you something. I should have sold drugs, but I'm happy I didn't, because they say, "Hey, this has got a liquor license." I say, "Oh shit, I'm not gonna get in trouble." All right, cool.
Right. I mean, like, you really do have power. You know, you can, you know, it's your draw. Even though they give you the $200, you know, you're generally going to make $200. So it's your draw. You can give people taps.
And by the way, you can shut a motherfucker down too, right? If I don't like the way you look at me, if I don't like the way you talk to a girl, if I don't like the way you walked in the building,
I don't have to fuck with you.
I'm not committed.
I don't have to fuck with you.
Isn't that crazy?
Fuck with you at all. As a matter of fact, piss off, leave right now.
Bro, I've done it 100 times.
Ball game.
So you and me, again,
that's why you have to be way more of a man or woman. You have to be way more of a personality and a much more high caliber individual to actually bartend effectively than to serve.
I couldn't agree with that more, bro.
Because you have to have wits about you. You have to have wits about you. You have to have judgment when you're a bartender.
100%.
That far surpasses, you know, you have to have manager level judgment
100%,
when you're a bartender.
Bro. I mean, I think at this point, we've been in the game so long, I think fucking bartenders are the extension to management, right?
They, you know, every time that I've been in a fine dining restaurant, the people who had the most knowledge and the people that I had the most respect for as employees tended to be bartenders.
It's like taxi drivers, bro. They know the lay of the land.
Yeah, like, they just get it, you know. And a good bartender can just walk behind any bar, whether it be in a fine dining restaurant or it be, you know, at a fucking weekend the wave house type place. You know,
I agree. I couldn't agree more, bro. I remember being a young lad in the game and remembering, like, fuck, I need to know where all these bottles are at, so that the next time I'm in another spot, I know where these fucking bottles are at. Like, it's that simple. Like, fuck, the fucking Grey Goose better be in the same place the next go at it. And that's the reason why you understand that too, right? You've been a bartender, bro. There's a reason why all the bottles are labeled, and not only labeled, there's a system to the shit.
There's a spot for them. You know, one thing that I'm really glad I learned from bartending. I learned a lot bartending at Riptide in Plymouth, Massachusetts, because it was the first, like, privately owned
regular bar that I worked at that was just a bar. You know, like you work in restaurants at their bar, but this was just a bar.
Right, it's not the
Upstairs,
same.
downstairs.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, a restaurant bar and a bar are two different things.
It's an entirely different entity. If you're in a restaurant bar, you shouldn't be cursing that loud.
Right, and that's been a struggle of
because there are
mine.
people eating dinner.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I mean, it was funny because I was at bar in Plymouth, and a friend of mine had just passed away, and we were at the wake, and we were at a restaurant bar, but it was a big bar in the restaurant. It was kind of a separate, there's a separate section for the bar. Anyway, dude sitting down, eating dinner with his girlfriend, and, my mouth was in full sailor mode because I just lost a friend of mine, and we're at the post-wake party. And the guy looks up at me, and he's not being a dick. He's just disappointed, because it's like, dude, every other word out of your mouth is fuck. And he's out with his life. And I felt so bad that I brought him around a drink. And when I brought the drinks over, you could see that he appreciated the drinks, don't get me wrong, but he appreciated the fact that I wasn't being a dick after he called me out, that I was like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. Maybe I shouldn't be saying fucking cunt, fuck, 4 feet from you and your wife when you're trying to have dinner. That was kind of fucking disrespectful.
No, I agree.
And that's weird about life, because most of the time, a guy will be out of line. You'll ask him to cool it, and his ego won't allow him to just be like, yeah, maybe this isn't the place for
you know what though? To defend the guy who's about to fuck, I think this is the problem, right? And then this is the true sense of the matter. When it's fucking ape shit and it's so packed, if I'm saying fuck, no one can hear me, right? So now, I think that's the bridge, because most people think like, oh, hey, I'm gonna roll up to the bar, I'm gonna do my thing, maybe I get a bite to eat, but it's weird. Based on the cancer culture, it's weird how bars have changed, because the bars have come less into what we understanding, and what we are understanding are restaurant bars, right? Where we're going in and we're thinking like, oh shit, this is fucking whatever, McPatties, and we're all playing darts, and it's all whatever. And this is nothing against Irish pubs, and this is nothing against Irish people, but Irish pubs are fucking awesome. And I think there's a blurred line situation, right? Because as soon as you start to intro the booze bar style, it's like, well, I mean, shit, I know how this goes. I'm gonna start yelling about some shit. I'm gonna meet some people, yada yada yada. Listen, when you bought some drinks, and that's the culture. The problem is there's a fucking restaurant attached to it. So you got some girl at table 1 that's like, can I speak to the manager? I want to speak to the manager right now. And you're like, okay, cool. The manager's here. What do you want to talk about, miss? Well, guy B at the bar that I'm literally 20 feet from, but I think that I'm 1 foot from, he's making a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's talking about how, and he was talking about how he fucked 2 girls in a bathroom stall at a club when he was doing cocaine. These are the types of stories that might be flying out of my mouth.
Dude, it's 100% true at the bar.
Yeah.
I think it's a blurred line to say bar restaurant. That's impossible. Even with me, I was in charge of a bar restaurant, and they had sports. How the fuck am I supposed to tell a guy who can be betted 100 to cover? He's like, fuck! And I'm like, don't say that, bro. Don't say that right now. But when he tells me bro, I was like, fuck! 2 with him. And then I got to deal with the fucking aftermath of the fucking floor saying why did the bartender and that guy say fuck? Well, I had to be like, listen, if I can educate you, this guy just mortgaged his whole home on this fucking Chiefs to score 1 point in this quarter, I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed off too. But because you are fucking having, salmon over quinoa, I don't know. This is why I think restaurants and bars should separate. It shouldn't be that. Shouldn't be it.
See, that's why as a waiter in a fine dining restaurant, this is more advice for the up and coming. If you have a table of men between the age of, I'd say 25 and 38, and they're getting loud to the point where they're disturbing the other guests, it is on you, waiter man, to check it out.
Or woman, right?
And
right.
the best, or woman, and the manager's not going to do it for you.
Doesn't that suck? By the way, to call out all fucking restaurant managers, why is it always restaurant managers always hide when it's critical?
I don't know.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, I gotta fucking defend the whole building, and I'm barely getting 1% of the total income of the fucking business.
Your job is so easy, dude. It's so easy to ask a table full of dudes to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, it takes a little finesse.
I know we're having this.
It takes a little finesse and a little,
Yeah. But, as a manager, I would always be willing to move them to a quiet room where they could act the fool.
Right. Well, this is the thing, too, right? I always talk about, in my shows, knowing your audience. And a long time restaurant guy told me, hey, know your audience. It's true, man. Like, listen, why in the fuck did you take 20 guys who look like they're about to fucking curse like sailors and put them in the middle of the fucking dining room where everybody else is trying to break bread? Why don't you, if you had another section, you'd be like, yo, bro, check this out. I know you guys are going to go ham. I'm going to put you guys over here. The bar's close. Yep. You motherfuckers can go back and forth. That's the thing. I got to say this, and you got to agree with me. I know you are. There's too many people in power in the restaurant industry that are not common folk. And what I mean by that is, are not people that were former bartenders, were not former waiters, for the most part. And they fucking, from busser, they become manager. And I'm like, bro, how did you make that leap? You can't.
Well, yeah, I got this little thing, it's called a degree, and that makes me leapable, even though I have no fucking clue about how to do this job. If you haven't served for at least 2 years, you have no idea what to do.
100%. 100%, bro. Come on, man. And for me, I'm kind of militant with the motherfucker, where I'm like, because that's how I was taught. Hey, you want a job? No problem. You're going to start you at the bottom basement, because I need you to know every job. So you're going to be the dishwasher today. And then tomorrow, you're going to be the busser. And then tomorrow, you're going to be the runner. And then tomorrow, you're going to
You should know how to work the damn dishwater. You should know how to work the dishwasher if you're a server.
Yep. What
I'm
happens?
Sorry, but shit does,
Listen, what happens?
You might go home sick.
Yeah, what happens the day that the dishwasher is out and you need silverware, or you need this and you need that? Let me tell you, you know what I call bartenders, and you're gonna love this part. Everybody goes like, hey, because I'm gonna toot my horn for a second, but I was like, hey man, you're the owner? No. Hey, you're really good at what you do. I'm like, okay, thank you. And I was like, hey, what's your job? I'm a glorified dishwasher. Because I gotta wash every fucking glass that you motherfuckers drank. Okay? Yep. And so because of that, I'm
the busboy that knows the menu.
Yeah, I'm no more than that. Right? And then that's what pisses me off about some of these fucking bartenders that get so into their fucking personality. This is cool. I'm a mixologist. It's like, dude, you're a
bartender. Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, like, you put your pants on one leg at a time. Slow down, bro. Okay? Because I think you're
Nicky, you don't have it. There's no gist. There's no gist in your title.
Like, come on, a bartender. Right? And so they believe the hype and they get it all fucked up, and then the lines get blurred. And this is the thing, because
come on, dude. It's labor. It's a labor job.
Right.
I think it's the ultimate service job, actually.
Dude, to me, it's the ultimate job, period. In the sense of you're dealing with so fucking much. Imagine you come in feeling real good about yourself. Let's pretend you did the attitude adjustments, which wink, wink might mean a little bud. We take a couple shots. Who knows the fuck? But this is the game, okay? Nobody can pretend.
It might be a mouthful of Norcos chewed up as you walk in the back door.
Yeah, but I need this, okay? I need this to get through it, okay? At the end of the day, it's like, bro, you have no idea what it takes. Dude, I remember when I was first starting in the game as a server, we used to take stacker twos. For the folks that don't know what the fuck that is, it was like Red Bull in a pill, okay? Just so we could kill and take more tables and fucking be like locked in and be fucking like, it's just, to be honest with you, the restaurant job, it doesn't make any sense because you got to be on for so many angles. It's crazy. And again, it's almost like, I don't know what the disorder is, but it's like, if you're not busy, you go crazy. So like you could have a full section and you're crushing and you still have time to say, hey, what's up, hostess? How you doing? What's your number? Like, you're new here, right? You know, and I'm not speaking specifically to the hostess, but I'm just saying like, fuck, this is such a big thing. And now, go ahead.
You have to have social intelligence. You know, you don't have to be brilliant, but you need a ton of common sense, and you need more social intelligence to do that job than any other job.
100%, bro.
You have no power. You are relying on everybody else to perform. So, and like, you're really just a middleman. And the thing that people don't really understand is if you don't cultivate your relationships with your service.
100%, bro. 100%. You gotta cultivate all the relationships, man. I mean, that's the thing. Like,
you really do.
It's very symbiotic, man. And I've built tons of restaurants, and I've probably condemned some based on some of the actions. But it's got to be a team effort, man. It's gotta be unified, and you gotta understand it. And I like what you said, man. You gotta have the social intelligence to understand. Hey, this guy doesn't want to talk, so we don't talk to him. So we just get him the food. This couple's on their anniversary. Seriously. They want to be talked to. Okay, boom. And then you have this other table. They're fucking out of towners. So now they want you to fucking tell them every fucking stop and interesting place. And then you have another table of people that are in an argument. You know what I've never understood? Why the fuck people try to go to restaurants to fucking hash out their issues. But you know as much as I know. How many times have you not seen that? At the bar, at the fucking table. And it's like, bro, I'm about to get your salad. I don't know why you're breaking up with this girl right now. Why the fuck did you take it to my table?
Fortunately for generally when I date, we don't do much in public.
That's good. That's good. I mean, me too. Me too. Maybe it's because we've learned it and we've seen it. So because we've seen it, I know that's not a word, but we've seen it, and because we've seen it, it kind of had this practical understanding. Because I tell you this, God bless the restaurant industry. The restaurant industry for me taught me how to be eloquent, taught me how to be understanding. It also taught me how to be refined, where I could talk shit about a weak ass Cabernet and a weak ass Merlot, but if you know what I mean? But if this like nice fucking Sauv Blanc from fucking, New Zealand showed up, I'm like, well, you know what? Get the popcorn, kids. This is gonna be a good one for sure. And so this is the thing.
Yeah, a little class.
100%, bro. You got cultured to eat and to dine and to learn all that shit and to order was a thing. I think it was you. Was it you that said to me that you had a professor that once said, if you don't fucking know what your drink order is at the bar, it's like complete failure. Like, dude, you've been drinking on the sideline the whole time. The guy asks you what you want, and now you're going to be like, First of all, if I'm on the other side of that shit, I'm leaving you right there. I could give two fucks for how much money you got.
Next person.
Yes. Really, bro. I was watching. You had 20 minutes to decipher the menu. It's like my cousin Vinny. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's like, dude, there's 3 options here, bro. It's either cocktail, no cocktail, or beer. Where you at? Like, figure it the fuck out. But yet, people make these things such a scrutinizing thing. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we're not at your house. I'm sorry that you do 4 fingers of Jameson into your drink. Here we have a jigger, okay? And the jigger is only 1.5, Papa. And then you're mad at me because I charged you a double and now your drink costs you $30. Bro, figure it out. Figure it out, buddy.
Oh, the $30.
Right, dude, listen to me. Let me tell you something. I've been in this game and I've been blessed in this game and I've been taught how to eat, how to dine, how to understand. Bro, when I go to a fucking restaurant, I'm coming to ball. I'm like, please, top end scotch, let's start out the gate. Or I don't even know what the fuck I start out with. With all my bullshit, I'm a humble guy. It depends on where I'm at. It's either a glass of wine or some beer. We're gonna get fucked up. Then we go to the table, we're ordering massive bottles of wine.
I probably wouldn't start drinking wine as well because I'll fucking pass out before it's
Right.
over.
Of course. Listen, for the listeners, Brandon has had this weird thing with liquor. Apparently, they don't serve weed at the bar. But no, I totally agree. But whatever, you know what I mean. You get a couple drinks, head to the table. Now we're gonna slow it down, and we're gonna have this guy talk to us about the region and the grape and how much rainfall didn't fucking happen on this side, but it happened on this side, and we're so lucky to have this grape in this vineyard, and it's like,
blah, blah.
Right. It's all bullshit. And then I'm like, sounds great. I'll take 2 bottles. I don't even know what you said, but I'll take 2 just because I'm a poor kid and I have money. I don't give a fuck what you're selling. I want it. But these are the in my opinion, the complex, interesting things that come with dining, period. And now you add a hazmat suit, and now it's all to go. And now what the fuck? Listen, it's weird. Like, are we McDonald's now?
It kills my swag, dude. It kills my swag.
100% it kills your swag.
When I stepped to you at Johnson, I was in a full fucking and a lot of regular folks said, wow, this is like legit in a truck. Like, wow, that makes an impression. To me and to you, it's very regular. It really just goes right by your head. But to these regular humans, oh my God, the guy's been upbeat. You know, he said his whole like spiel, didn't break one. Yeah, it's just I'm not nervous.
I know it was weird. You know, every time I get on my before I go on a podcast, I was getting nervous, but I never got nervous at a table. I never got nervous at a pitch. And that's all it is, man. It's like, hey guys, how you doing? You know,
Well, yeah,
tonight. You know what I mean? And you're trying to, you're trying to like feel them. Oh, dude, when I'm in the fucking zone in that game, I just had a situation with the missus tonight and trying to explain to her like my livelihood was stolen from me because of the corona. Because now in Southern California, you can't fucking do nothing indoors. Dude, I'm a fucking rock star. Give me, I feel like I'm a Jerry Maguire. You send me into the living room, 2 minutes, everybody's got a drink, I'm a killer. I'm the best guy. I'm the closer. Now what the fuck I do? I got a mask on.
Yeah, and they literally just, I said it like, people get mad at me because even though I am an optimist, if things are looking bad, I'm willing to accept that. And I, especially when they were talking about the newspaper, I thought to myself, you know, the, um, the steakhouse game in my lifetime, that shit is over. It's a wrap. And it's been a game that I've been able to work like 20 hours a week and gross at least 50K a year. Yes, I said that. I work 20 hours a week and I make 50K. To spend like 50K cash in. Um, and that's over. Because you need to be able to do things.
Come on, man. You kidding me, bro? You know how many times I see the fucking outdoor shit post pre-corona, and I'm like, nah, let me go inside. Where the fuck is the bar sitting? I'm going to the bar. I'm gonna this. I'm gonna that. Now you're gonna fucking pressure me to be like, well, we only have outdoor seating. You gotta be 6 feet apart. And you can't sit on this stool, but you can sit on this stool. And
Yeah, it's
I'm like, you know what, bro? I'll stay home. I'll stay home.
all the fun is
Come on, dude. The whole
like
listen, as you and me both know, there's an etiquette to dying. It's gone now. It's gone. The fact that I could like bro. You say, hey, if I was a baller, I say, bro, what you think, man? I'm feeling a little Cabernet, a little Merlot. I don't know. I got this girl with me. She's hot. I want to impress her. You don't say that shit, but you know what they're telling you. You say, you know what? I got this great blend, California. You won't even believe it. 50% Cabernet, 40% Merlot. I got you. Don't worry about it. And you crush. How the fuck I want to do that sell with a fucking mask, bro? Okay? 'Cause they're not gonna understand what I'm trying to sell them. They're not gonna see my manners. They're not gonna see my movement. They're not gonna see. You know what's weird, dude? I had my brother talk to me about acting, which was strange. So when we were kids and we were pretending, we were acting. I said, shit, this motherfucker's right. And it makes sense to me why.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
That my brother said that when we were young, we were already acting as kids, right? We were doing things like, hey, pretend you are so and so, and I pretend that I'm so and so. And so I took that, and when I went into the restaurant industry, not that I was pretending, but I was whatever you needed to be at the table. I didn't even know it was a fucking actor, but according to this guy, I've been doing it the whole fucking time. So now you give me a mask where I can't even give you the true delivery, and you're asking me to give you great service? And you know what sucks? This takeout bullshit. There's no way the quality is going to be the same. There's no way. First of all, God bless California, but I'm going to take a shot. Bring back aluminum foil. Bring back fucking all the stuff that doesn't get biodegradable by the thing. Dude, I want some metal. I want it to be hot. I want it to look thing. You put my whole meal. I just paid $100 for this meal. You put it in a cardboard box? What? What are you doing, man? You just ruined the whole fucking meal. How are we not? But because we got to do this California shit to be biodegradable and blah, 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 blah. It's got to fucking float and not float. And then one turtle gets a fucking straw down his nose, and now everybody brings their own straw to the fucking game. You got to be kidding me, folks. Are you fucking serious?
That was a very important.
That was ridiculous. That was the best ploy I've ever fucking heard of in my life. Because I think it's absolute bullshit. You're telling me this whole... So you... Imagine this. You've been on the planet fucking 20 years, and now, at 25, you're like, well, I'm going to abandon this plastic thing, and I'm not going to anymore. Bro, but you've been drinking it the whole fucking time. Your little sun-kissed oranges, everything you fucking have done. Oh, my gosh. There's just so much, bro. There's just so much to fucking get crazy on.
It's a lot, but I'm not going to return.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out too, bro. I'm out too. Let me tell you something. I'll be the fucking brokest motherfucking podcaster on the planet. I will never. Listen, check this out. I'd rather collect garbage or do something else than right now get into the service industry again. This is ridiculous. Let me ask you something, Brandon, because I know that you would be considered, in my opinion, a little bit athletic. How much are you sweating with those fucking gloves, with that fucking mask? Listen, that's gotta be way worse than whatever the fuck they're talking about, dude. This is another thing that when you said when you change gloves, like, am I a surgeon now? Okay, hold on.
The gloves on and off.
Okay, so a surgeon is making like $200K a year. Where we at, ladies and gentlemen? Why the fuck am I not making it? But you want me to serve, and that's the thing too. By the way, I've always felt a little grimy bussing in the sense of like I'm picking up people's slop, spew, whatever. And hey, look, I signed up for the gig. I'm all about it. But now I gotta do that, and potentially this plate that I grabbed, I get infected.
Yet, yet it has a disease that might give me a stroke
Right.
6 months after I have what? Yeah, that COVID can fuck you up, like your lungs and your heart, months and months after. I don't know what the fuck is up with this disease. It's
No,
like
no,
some
no. I'm
shit
gonna
we've
I'm
never
gonna tell
seen.
you right now. You know what the fuck out? What the fuck is with this disease, bro? It's called lies, and it's shameful. And I won't mention too many names, but I'm sure people could draw conclusions that this is happening during an election year. And oh, don't touch that. But don't breathe that. But wear the mask. Don't wear the mask. All this other bullshit. This is a joke. A joke. And I only say that because you guys keep changing the fucking narrative. And I get it. Look, this is what I love the word novelty or novel. This is the novel virus. Okay, cool. So that means new. All right. So you motherfuckers have no clue. Okay, cool. So why don't you just say you have no clue versus saying, hey, we have a lot of clues.
You know, dude, I always wondered that. Why do people in authority feel the need to, instead of just saying to us, hey, well, we're not actually sure, they always act like they know what the fuck is going on. For instance, the dumbest time I ever saw that, do you remember when the nuclear power plant in Japan first was hit with an earthquake, and then like 20 minutes later there was a tsunami? You remember that? It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Well, it was a little more, probably around 2 years ago. So first there was an earthquake that fucked shit up, and then after that, a tidal wave. And they were having explosions on the campus of the nuclear power plant. And as things were exploding, they were affirming that everything was under control and that there were no problems. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, dude, you had an earthquake, and then 20 minutes after the earthquake hit, a fucking tidal wave hit. Like, nobody expects you to be handling shit properly. So if we call you up and ask how it's going, you can say, well,
Right.
there's a hole, there's radioactivity leaking, stay the fuck away from it if you can. Because there was an earthquake, and then after that, there was a tidal wave. And to be perfectly honest, we're not really in control of shit.
Let me tell you
And
something,
I don't
bro.
know how.
Let me tell you something, dude. You know what blew my mind? Okay. In, let me see, where was it? It's probably February. Let's say February 5th or 6th. So I don't read this stuff. Like, people keep dying in Wuhan, like this and like that. I have no degrees on anything. I was already fucking alarmed. Okay, and people were looking at me like, you're crazy, man. You don't. I'm like, dude, this thing is growing. This is starting to fucking seriously get some legs. If if an average Joe, and I would consider myself an average Joe, blue collar guy, if I smell something rotten in February, how the fuck people with degrees and understanding of fucking diseases and all this other stuff, you guys weren't alarmed. But the fact is that they were just said, look, we're gonna write it out and we're gonna see what we're gonna do. And we're gonna let Trump do his thing, and no one can actually fucking write this guy's narrative because every time they give him a fucking script, he's like, fuck this script. I'm gonna go off script.
Yeah,
Right? Like, it's like they could give this guy the best fucking speech. It could be like an Obama written speech, right? Like just clean and awesome. And the guy looks at it and he's like,
right.
fuck this. I ain't doing this. You know what? Corona's gonna disappear. Don't worry about it. Okay? This is not a thing. It's a fad. And that was the
Yeah, it's
beginning
just
of
going to
the
be a
end.
memory.
And that was the beginning of the end. The moment.
Well, you know, I understand we're very, very, very torn apart as a country right now. Spend 5 minutes on Twitter.
Oh my God, 2. We didn't even need 5. 2. And we go crazy.
Yeah, and it just won't even get anywhere. But this virus is worldwide, so it can't just be a fucking hoax because the entire world would have to be in on the hoax.
Right. It's
Like,
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, listen, I gotta say that I was guilty for a second that I thought it was a hoax. But then once the motherfuckers start dying and all this other shit, I mean, the only reason why we thought it was a hoax is because I think the West Coast was a bit delayed and we're here. And then, some fucking dumbass cop decides to sit on somebody's neck. Excuse me. Some dumbass cop decides to sit on somebody's neck until they can't fucking breathe and dies. And then fucking pandemonium. Pandemonium.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me.
Dude, they're building graves with tractors. Like, these are the things that you've never seen in your life that you need to keep in mind. And these are some of the indicators that it's different.
I couldn't agree more, man. Right. It's almost scary. It's almost scary because our parents didn't have to deal with this shit.
The obituary is 43 pages long. You've never seen a whole page of obituary.
Right.
The obituaries in the thing was like 26 pages.
Yep. Mass graves, bro.
That's not fuck. That should scare the fuck out of you. Because there's a virus out there that made the fucking obituary 43 pages long. Say that again. Say it out loud. I think that helps a lot of the time when you say things out loud and listen to yourself. The obituary was 47 pages.
I couldn't agree more.
The newspaper is generally about 50.
You know what's sad? That maybe you and I are special, right? We were conceived in the Northeast under extreme amounts of pressure. And do you know what happened on the extreme amounts of pressure? Diamonds are produced, okay? Maybe I swear to God, baby, under pressure, baby.
Yeah, that
diamonds are produced. So to us, maybe it seems like a slam dunk no-brainer. But to the Midwest cats, to some of the people that are not tuned in, they're like, holy shit, what is this? I don't believe that. That's not real.
Yeah. What it is they've never seen someone play 3-card money.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just, it's just.
By the way, God bless you, and I wish I could kiss you. We're so on the same wavelength, to be honest with you. You know when you're getting fucked. If you ever fucking seen a 3-game card of Monty, there's no winning, guys. Okay? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, these motherfuckers are like, I got a chance. He showed me the queen. Yep. I know what the queen is. 20 on queen. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, none of the cards in front of you, there's only 3. None of them are a queen. Because the guy already pocketed the fucking queen, bro.
It's been gone, dude. It wasn't even on the table for the last half hour.
Right. And then I love the hype man next to him. He's keep winning. And
he's the most important one.
100%.
He's the one that gets all the puckers.
Yep. It's a 2-man game.
Fucking out of towners come in. They come in and they ain't never seen it before, and they can't think that people would be so fucking shady. But they're like,
you know what's crazy to think, bro? You know what's sad and beautiful at the same time? And I'm gonna say something crazy. As stupid as America is, extremely naive. Extremely naive. If you look and you take out the major cities, this is the sweetest,
you gotta speak up a little
nicest.
Bit. I'm having a tough time hearing.
Okay, these are the sweetest, nicest people in the whole entire world. If you take out the major cities, okay, you fucking double down on some of these Midwest places, these are sweethearts. What do sweethearts know about swindling or getting swindled? Right? And so now you put them in this real full game Monty bullshit with the corona. Forget about it, bro. They have no fucking clue. Like, was he hiding the queen the whole time? Get out of here. I would have never thought that. What a slick guy. He totally took my $100. This guy's good.
Wait, that other guy was working with him?
Right.
The guy that was winning was what?
And you know what blows my mind?
Dude.
People go to casinos all like the fucking time, and they get fucking taken by the house. 3-card Monty is the same fucking thing, bro. You gamble a little bit, and then I'm gonna take it all from you. All from you.
Yep, you're playing a game where the odds are definitely.
Yeah, come on. And this is where we're at with this whole bullshit, man. And this is what makes me nervous about this whole thing. The media, for sure, are tainted. The government, sure, tainted. But people that are supposed to be protecting us, like independent companies, WHO, the CDC, the Surgeon General, they're all complacent in the fact that they've allowed some of the shenanigans to continue. It's unfair, especially you and me. Like I said, we were created by pressure. We're diamonds. Diamonds are rare, okay, ladies and gentlemen, and there's not a lot out there. And so some of the people believe that narrative, like,
it's really funny to me that when people say government tyranny, they point to a face mask. And the reason I wear this stupid fucking face mask is not for my own fault. It's because this virus will hang out in your system for 3 or 4 weeks before it announces itself as symptoms, and you can spread it all over.
Right. I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit.
I'm wearing this mask for you.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about it a little bit. I'm not wearing it for myself. I'm trying to be nice, and I'm wearing it for you. And I don't even know if this fucking wearing it for you means anything. But I'm wearing it for you, man. I don't want you to feel fucking mad, or I don't want you to think that I'm a fucking right-wing cocksucker because I went into Costco without a mask. And then because I'm a big guy, I'm gonna fucking threaten you because you're giving me shit for not wearing one. But continue, Brandon. Tell me.
Government tyranny is not going to come to you in the face.
Come on, man. You guys gotta be fucking joking. Why the fuck does the American public not understand that? Come on, guys. It's not gonna be this easy.
I don't think they want to. To be perfectly honest, that's the only thing that makes them understand.
I mean, that could be could be plausible. I think that they got us busy, right? And this is going to be a little shocking.
There was a lot of conflicting reports.
Well, not only that, look, we get a fucking cop, and he kills a guy potentially on TV, which is the new TV, which is social media, and now you're busy with that. So don't worry about it. I want you to Black Lives Matter everything, and I want you to riot, and I want you to protest. Don't worry about this silly disease that kills 135,000 people. Don't worry about that. What you need to do is you need to go outside more. I'm going to make more of a debate and say you shouldn't wear a mask and start all this bullshit. And say, you know what, dude, don't worry about it. You'll be all right, okay? And that's the thing. I think now the fact that the government has not pushed a new financial plan to help people out, that's the next. I'm gonna call this phase 3.
What do you mean new? They didn't have a first one.
No, they did. The first one was the CARE Act. I think that's what it was called, and they gave us $1,200 and $600 for the unemployment. That's the most they did. But that was phase 2. Okay. Phase 2. Okay. Phase 3 now is like we're gonna let motherfuckers die now, and we're gonna see where we're at the end of it.
Yep. Okay? Exactly.
Phase 1 was deniability. We didn't believe it. It's going to happen. It's America. We're great. We're going to be great. We're going to be awesome. We're going to continue to be great. Phase 2 was, oh shit, hand these motherfuckers out some money right now. Give them some dough. They're going to buy some Colt 45s. They're going to spend some money on their girls. About to pop bottles. And then phase 3 it's just like Marvel. Marvel did a great thing with the phases. That's why I only bring it up with phases, okay? So phase 3 is like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're not gonna give you shit. And then now people are gonna die.
Fuck your grandpa.
For real.
Fuck your granddad.
Yeah.
Fuck your grandfather.
Dude.
He's 70. He's lived long enough.
It's a joke, but it's not funny. It's a Thanos snap. A Thanos snap. Oh, well, you know what? Resources are low. PPE is low. Fuck it. You know what? Just kill. Dude, that's what got me mad. I told you about it, man. Fucking Anthony Fauci. How the fuck is a guy in charge gonna say, well, you know what? I messed up on the mask thing. What I was trying to say was we should have worn masks, but because I was scared about the mask being hoarded, I said masks weren't good. So
that was awful.
Yeah,
that was
go to jail. Awful. You go to jail. You pass go and you go to jail. Motherfuckers in Monopoly know it. Pass go to jail. This motherfucker, no.
Just an outright lie.
Right. Come on. You can't pick that shit. You can't do that. Now, a friend of mine just told me that the new one that they're trying to pass is, and this is not an exact stat, okay? But let's say 0.25% of kids that go to school, they're going to die. Okay. If I'm a fucking parent, I'm like, my kids ain't going to school.
A quarter of the kids?
Oh, yeah. That's the new one now.
Well, if I had a child, there would be no way. That would just be, you know,
that is a really, that's a tough situation. So it's like, this is the new challenge in America. It's like, wait a minute. So you want me to, okay, let's backtrack a little bit. So now I gotta wear a hazmat to deliver steak. Not only that, if I have a family, now I gotta homeschool too? Because, like you said, if you had a child, would you want to even put them in this situation? I just read an article today that said kids were testing positive in Florida. Kids! So apparently before, the kids would just host. Now, they could pass it on.
Now they're getting sick.
Well, now they get sick too. Okay.
I'm not a helicopter parent, you know, like that wouldn't be my motto. You
well,
know,
that's because you weren't raised like that. Right.
You know, I trust you to use your fucking common sense.
No, you trust that the skills and the beatdowns that I've instilled in you that are going to fucking make you survive in the real world. Yeah. So that I'm not really worried about how you handle shit, because I know at the home front, I am fucking ridiculously committed to the same message to tell you, hey, life isn't fair. You're not going to get nothing for free. You got to work for everything, right? So that's the narrative of the parent. But now I got to be the fucking professor and the teacher to teach them what? Math, science, fucking history. I mean, come on. Dude, this thing is going to destroy America because it's being mishandled around people that pretty much just want a handout. And what I mean by that is these big corps are like, well, if I have 90 COVID patients that died, I only get 100,000. But if I have 200 COVID patients, I get 1 million. Actually, you know what? We have 200 COVID patients. They all died on the COVID. Can we get our loan now? This is shenanigans.
The scariest thing about this is if you do less testing, you'll have less cases. And that was said seriously.
By the way, that's absolute bullshit. What a cocksucker. What a fucking cocksucker to say that.
You'll have less cases. Like, really, please.
By the way, again, I don't understand how, let's pretend that the Trump administration understands what's going on. How can, like, for example, let's pretend Brandon's the president, right? And Brandon's not black, but Brandon's white, and Brandon has orange hair. Brandon's a millionaire or a billionaire. And I say, hey, Brandon, I got this really, really good speech. If you say it, we'll crush. And then when I give it to you, and you look at it, you go, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to wing it. Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, you know, I'm happy my quarterback isn't that confident.
Bro, it's
that,
crazy.
You know, the coach can't tell me shit. because that's pretty much what he's like. He's like, you know what? The coach, he can't tell me shit. I know all he does is coach. He can't. The defensive coordinator, he can't tell me shit either. You know, he just can't. Because I know better than him.
You know
Why
what
can't
reminds
he
me
think
of?
I'm a star?
Hey, to make it a sports analogy, fucking Trump is like fucking Brett Favre. Like you said, give him all the analysts. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking wing it. I lead in touchdowns and I also lead in interceptions. I'm gonna fucking sling
Yep.
the rock. And we're gonna see what happens. And I'm gonna do it the best
And
that I can. And
we're
you
gonna
know,
find out.
yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna see what happens. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about if we score or we don't score. What matters is if we're airing it out. We're throwing the ball. You know, we're getting
You
the
know?
fans interested. We got everybody
I'm
buying
just
the
gonna get in
byline.
there and I'm gonna let it happen. You know, I'm gonna let my fucking superior ability show.
And
And
you know what? I don't know.
record for interception.
I'm gonna try to switch gears. Thank God we watched sports news. I feel a little bit vindicated. I tell you this. I don't know how much you've been listening to the news, but if that lady Maxwell leaks anything and it has a Trump name over it, this dude is gonna be worse than Nixon. And Nixon didn't even feel that
What are you
much.
talking about?
Mrs. Maxwell. Do you know about Mrs. Maxwell?
I don't.
Okay, so let's rewind the tape a little bit, and I won't hang on this too much. So Mrs. Maxwell, okay, was an associate and a co-conspirator for shucks, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. Jeffrey Epstein. I got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The chick.
Yes,
His
the young
girlfriend,
lady.
dark hair.
Yeah. So right now the feds got her by the proverbial nuts because women don't have nuts, but she's in a tough situation. And if she leaks in, I mean, she said she has video of some pretty high-powered guys. Dude, would you ever imagine?
Yeah, Trump was talking about that.
Oh, for sure he is. First of all, Trump's sister or niece or cousin just dropped a tell-all novel that was trying to be blocked by him that got released. Also,
Yeah, I know.
people in this camp have been fucking releasing shit like crazy. And so, what I'm saying is, this young lady has some information, potentially, people that are interested in young women, and I don't mean young women like 25. I mean like young girls like 14. And if my man is anywhere,
That's
excuse
what
me.
she alleges in her book.
Oh no
That
no
he
no.
likes them like.
No, there's two things. So okay, so I don't want to confuse you. So Trump's cousin had a tell all about the Trump family. The Maxwell
His
Jeffrey
niece.
Epstein situation was totally different. So his like cousin or niece ratted on him with a tell all book about how
Yeah, she's
shitty.
she's a psychiatrist.
Right? Yes, she's a smart
PhD
woman.
psychiatrist.
She's on Twitter. I haven't followed her on Twitter, but I look at her retweets and her tweets, and she seems like a competent person. But these are the things. This is one
Right.
of the many tentacles that Trump is having to deal with. That is a sidebar. We're talking about now this thing with Jeffrey Epstein, because Jeffrey Epstein and Mrs. Maxwell have had numerous photos with huge tycoons, including Bill Gates,
Oh yeah, with
Bill Clinton,
every powerful man, every powerful man that you know of.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of dudes, right? And so now she's saying Prince Andrews. Now she's saying, hey, I got tape on these guys. So who's cutting me a deal? Because if you don't cut me a deal, I'll just leak this shit out to the press, and you fuckers are all fucked. Right? Which for me, I would have pulled. Oh my god, what's the shucks? What's the whistleblower that's in Russia? The really smart
soldier?
guy. Yeah, no, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Vincent,
Huh?
Vinman, I think he was. The
Yeah.
sculptor
Anyways,
was Vin.
yeah. I gotta figure out the young man's name. But uh, you got a guy right now because he was a whistleblower finding sanctuary in Russia because there's no just.
Oh, that was yeah, I know who you're talking
Did,
about. That
did,
was
did we get his name? Because I can't even fucking.
I'm stoned too.
Yeah. But ladies
So
and gentlemen,
no,
I'm
we
pretty
can't.
wrecked on this show right now. I'm pretty tipsy. Anyways, end of the day is obviously there's huge secrets of this nation, and these few people. I mean, a dude had to literally go to Russia to fucking find, uh, I don't know, some tranquility through the nation. But if this young
Yeah,
lady,
they're not going to let him back into the country.
fuck no, bro. And so if this woman is saying I got tapes on dudes, shit. If she has a tape on Trump, bro, it's game over. I mean, Harvey Weinstein. Like, I mean, think
Well,
about the last 18 months in the United States. It has not been good, especially for dudes in power.
no, it's been rough.
It's been hugely rough, especially for those white boys with the bread. Because Harvey got fucked, Epstein
For the
got
first
fucked.
time. It's been rough.
Yes. The game is changing now. The game is changing. It's like, well, you know what? That shit you were running before was cool. That little good old boy clique you had, it was dope in the 80s.
Yeah, that had a good
We're in
run. He had a really good run.
2020, bro. You cannot take a shit or fart in the wind without somebody having video on you. So you're in a whole nother gambit now.
Yep.
So, anyways,
And it's funny because that's what people get mad about cancel culture. But that's what they say is, oh well, I don't want my job to find out about this. But like your job, if you're behaving like this in public, your job has a vested interest in your behavior when you're not at first.
I know it's such a
You kind of
it's really.
represent that
So
company.
this is the thing, right? I totally agree with that statement, and I'm not saying that I'm for, or actually, I want to say that. I'm going to say I'm not for that kind of behavior, but in my opinion, where does the privacy exist? Right. So, for
Well, it's
example,
like when they make your privacy ends when they put a video of you on the internet and the whole fucking and everyone
but
finds out.
that is not true, bro. That is not true. You know why I'm going to tell you that's not true? The gentleman who previously owned the Clippers, okay, said something in a conversation amongst private people, right? Like, for example, I'm going to pause that statement right now. You and me, right, when we get into discussions, we say all types of shit, right? But imagine somebody taking an excerpt or taking that out and then using that as data and forcing a guy to sell, right?
Yeah, taking it totally out of context.
Even if it is in context, it's called privacy. I should be allowed
Right?
to say what the fuck I want to say amongst my people. When I get on the mic, that's a different thing. Now the lines are blurred.
Yeah.
Now it has to be the same. That can't be true. It can't be true, in my opinion. If I have a close friend, and you are probably the closest friend I have in the sense of I'm candid with you. I say shit that goes bad and stuff, and vice versa. What if they took an excerpt
Right.
of that and now they're like claiming us, I don't know, Uncle Tom's or racist or this or that because we dropped a
Well,
couple
that
N
would
words
be
or we said the see you next Tuesday word or we said, bro, if we
right.
had a real conversation, we'd be fucked. We'd be fucked. We couldn't talk. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, some guy on a phone call privately said, hey, don't bring the N words to the party. I'm covering the party. Don't bring them. He airs it out. Now he has to sell his team. Fuck you, bro. That's bullshit. Fucking Hulk Hogan told his daughter I do not want an N word in my crib. And look, hey, listen, I've been with the black community. Black women are fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
and they got
Black guys
and
are awesome.
he got
Okay, I'm gonna say that.
he got
He got kicked out of the
he
fucking
won his
building.
suit.
Huh.
He won his fucking suit.
No. He didn't
Hulk
win the
Hogan
suit.
did.
He didn't win that suit. He lost. Let me tell you something about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan got lucky because, first of all, he didn't get lucky in the sense that his life was lucky. he got himself in a situation where he had the N word and told his daughter, "Hey, I'm not enthusiastic about you dating black guys." We'll preface it on that. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you know why he won big? Because someone fucking stole the video of him fucking some other chick and tried to air that out. And that's why he won big.
Wow.
He didn't win big. When he dropped, hey, like, I mean, look, this is a thing. If you told your daughter, hey, you know what? I don't really want you to date black guys. If he would have said it like that and it was recorded, say, hey, man, maybe the guy's scared. You don't know. I mean, we'll play devil's advocate. The African American male is, up to no good. We'll pretend. I don't want to get too crazy into all the things. He said, hey, honey, I don't want you to mess with that. They're hot on the streets, right? But he said, hey, I don't want you to date no N words. You can't fuck with it. He got kicked out of the fucking
when you
Hall of Fame. I know, but this is the thing that I'm talking about. You can't. First of all, we are a learned civilization, meaning that in our principles, we're not racist. Listen, I always call it the sandbox theory, right? Or even when you're older, and the black guy's the fastest dude, you're picking him. Is that racist? He's fast. I mean, and so when you say derogatory, and I'm not saying that's okay, but if you're like, hey, and this is the thing, sometimes your emotions get the best of you. Imagine if it was an Asian guy and I was like, yo, the whatever the Asian slur. No, but you know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing.
Call him an asshole. Call him a prick. Insult this person.
But you know what? This is what I'm saying. It's not Hulk's fault. It's not our fault. This is what we're taught to do, right? When we're in combative states, I'm going to try to get whatever the fuck is the most seedy thing to make you feel like a jerk. When you're with a woman and she's being a jerk, you're like, I'll see you next Tuesday. If a fucking guy, dude, it doesn't matter, bro. A guy could be a jerk, but he's a white jerk. He could be a jerk, but he's a black jerk. Like, and this is me being nice. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not so much about the boxes and the way we put it in. It's emotions, man. And I think that it gets sensationalized. And poor guy. I mean, his daughter's flower is probably tight and white and amazing. He doesn't want like 6 inches or 12 inches in that. He's like fucking probably gonna have fucking nightmares on it. But what if he could walk it back? What if he could walk it back? But in this culture, he can't walk it back. And this guy,
that's something really hard to walk back, bro.
I get it. Listen. But this is my thing. Listen, this is my thing.
Now that I know,
I am not condoning fucking up. But what I am saying is, what if someone understood? And this is the thing. First of all, I just watched this movie on Amazon, and it was great. It was a movie about or a movie during the social injustices and the social movements during the 60s. One of the things that this Black Panther character in the movie was saying was that understanding is huge, because understanding creates love. Or I forget how he said it. Right? Because
there's a lot of not understanding.
Right. So if this dad was pissed off, it could have been fucking Ricans. He could have said these fucking Ricans are fucking over here. It was just, he just picked that one thing. I mean, as a dad, this is the thing. We can't say shit anymore. So now, if you say the N-word in any situation, like for me, I got to take it to another level. I'm Latino. We could say moreno all day. No one knows what the fuck that means. We could say negro all day. Most people don't know what the fuck that means. That's some pretty hard shit, but because the language is different, we get passes. Right? So I'll be like, yo, mi negro, ¿qué lo que hay? Whoa. Right? But if you said that in English, not because.
Well, that's just black, right?
So negro really means nigger, and moreno means black, right? And that's the stipulation of it. So you're gonna say, hey, this black guy or this nigger, I would take the black guy. I would, Alex, I take black guy for 1,000. I'm ready to rock with that. But we also have to understand, listen, our grandparents said shit like this. Don't let that little spick from down the block get over here.
Oh yeah.
Right?
All the time.
Right.
Yep.
And then don't let this white boy, bro, this is where we're at. Like the cancer culture and all this bullshit.
And those people are still alive.
Right. And so for me,
well, like, dude,
it's like an old school principle.
Also, but you and I also have to, in our generation, have to adjust to the new time. Like when I was, I think it was like.
But that's our responsibility as smart people. That is not the responsibility of the seniors.
Still screaming, but I was still saying faggot all the time.
Bro, listen, we're gonna go fucking ham, bro, for sure. It's the same thing. Like I didn't get it, man. To even forget about faggot. Yeah, I didn't. We curbed it.
But then
hey, fag. What's up, fag?
Yeah.
And then this is the thing, right? Like context. Okay, I have a friend from Sony, and his favorite word is context. If I say yo fag to my best friend, that was a term of endearment. Right. Okay, I wasn't saying yo fag because he was gay or he symbolized gay things. Okay, right. I'm gonna go on a leash and I'm gonna fucking publish this. Okay, if I say yo my nigga, what's good? That's love. Okay, that is me talking to my guy. Okay, it wasn't that I called him yo my nigga. What the fuck are you doing on my porch? If you don't get off the fucking porch, I'm gonna blast your brains out. It's not the same. Right. So context is huge. Where the fuck did we lose context? How did we lose that? And words, you and me are very smart guys, okay? In the sense of we love words. That's why we do the restaurant game, because we're like flirtatious in the sense of we use words. Words are poignant, okay? What if I can say that and make you feel amazing? Because I know when I've been around anybody and like, yo, what's up, my nigga? I'm like, shit, this motherfucker loves me to death. Yo, what's up, brother? Are we getting it popping or what?
But that's truly how it's meant.
Right. And so now, how are you going to say that my N-word is, I hate you, N-word, or this N-word? You can't do that, right? I remember a few years ago, Terrence Howard got on fucking Oprah and was like, dude, I don't give a fuck. That's my guy. I'm going to call him my guy, and it's going to be the N-word, and I don't give a fuck. Right. I mean, and this is the thing that pisses me off, too. Okay, Black Lives Matter, 100%, okay? If Black Lives Matter, then we need to take away the rhetoric from all these people. In the sense of, okay, cool. Granted, let's say Future, Kanye, which is a stretch, Jay-Z, Nas. When you use that word, you're trying to make people understand a hardship, an understanding. I feel that there's been a bit of a loss when it comes to context, because, in my opinion, if it's not okay to call someone that derogatory, then it shouldn't be okay to use the word in lyrics as well.
Well, if you were to use that shit in a derogatory fashion, you'd probably get punched in the face within the next, like, 15 to 30 seconds.
I totally agree. My thing is that this is the thing. How can one not do with the other, right? Like, this is where we're in boxes. And this is what pisses me off about the whole thing. You guys can say it, but you guys can say it. You guys can say it under this fucking umbrella, but you motherfuckers are
I mean, come on, man. But you understand that.
I get it.
It's like,
I get it, but this is
I mean, like, you don't see black folks running around calling people type or goop or chick. You don't hear black people saying that shit. You don't hear them using racial slurs towards other races other than
by the way, that is not entirely true. Okay, because listen, and I'm not endorsing it by any chance, but they have been racist about other situations. okay? I mean, Martin
Say what?
Lawrence, they have been racist. Martin Lawrence can go, even if it was like nice, he can like kind of give you a good slap about being Mexican, right? And he could say shit about the white race. This is the thing. Like, if we're gonna have it across the board, we need to have it across the board. That's the problem. Problem is that if there's no N word, then there shouldn't exist the N word. You can't cultivate it to move different things, and if you do, then it's still alive. Like you can't.
Well, back when I was young, white folks didn't know that we used nigga like that.
Well, that was
It
because
was
of
a
the
secret.
rappers. The rappers changed the whole game,
Yep. But
and they
but
need to be
that shit's
accountable.
crazy because they honestly fucking white folks didn't know we called each other.
When you say anything derogatory in the sense of hatred, it's not good, right? But we're so used to saying shit and doing shit, and I don't know. This country hasn't been censored for what 30 years, and now you have an overcorrection.
But it's not censored now.
Right? It's not. No, it is
It's
censored
really
now.
not.
No, it is censored now. You can't say stuff.
How so? Just because people know you're saying it and you're catching shit, whereas before they didn't know, they didn't hear it, so you didn't get the shit.
Right. Well,
That's the difference.
I
Is
think
now it's being seen, and you're catching people's reactions to it,
no.
And
I
the
totally agree with that.
motherfuckers, they're, and I feel like we're in a bit of an overcorrection. Like,
I know we talked about it off air. That's the thing that's scary. Overcorrection makes things seem
well,
drastic
yeah,
and
I think that's
intense.
what we're going. I really think that's what we're going. Where like there were all these years of just like for women, for instance, of just basically being second class citizens for all those years. Our mothers never had any real opportunity that our sisters did. You don't have a sister, and I kind of feel bad for that because it's a beautiful thing
Well, I had
to
a
have a
lot.
sister.
I was raised by women. All my aunts were all women. My grandmother, like my infrastructure growing up, I had a
Right? You had a
grandmother.
lot of women around.
100%. So maybe that makes me a little
Yeah,
bit more understanding. I've always been the black sheep of a lot of things, and I think that's why um, maybe I gravitated to the Afro American community because they felt the same way. And it sucks that at times when I was looking for love,
that's an interesting bond, dude.
right?
That's a strong bond too.
Come
It really
on.
is.
Like I'm getting shit on by everybody else, but these guys, they like me. And they think
Yep.
I'm cool. And they think I'm funny. And they think I'm interesting. I'm like, you know what? Dude, I literally gave up on my own people because my own people, and I was speaking about Latinos, didn't think I was brown enough to be brown. But yet the black folk was like, yo,
Oh
bro,
Lord.
don't worry about it. We got you fried chicken. We got this. And I'm not saying that that's what all they eat, but I'm saying like hospitality and and and
Yeah,
and
dude.
and, and the
I've
love.
spoken to so many white boys.
Come on, bro. I was
I've
I
spoken to
was
so many white boys
babysat
about this.
by an Afro American woman more than twice, and I raised in that culture, and I called it the sandbox thing because when I grew up, I couldn't understand why there was a divide, and I was like, man, when I was playing with these kids on the jungle gym, I didn't give a fuck what color they were. Or if I was picking a teammate, all I cared was who was, you know, faster. But it never came down to race. It was always our parents and our grandparents who put us in these fucking weird boxes, right? And it sucked because my fucking grandmother was a huge racist, huge. But she was fucking confused because she
You
was
know,
brown and she thought she was fucking white and she was fucking delusional.
yeah.
She was
Well,
delusional.
as long as you ain't, but see, as long as you ain't a nigga, you're white. Essentially.
And let me tell you something. I would love to have
As,
Christopher.
long,
I would love
as
to have my
long,
brother on this
as
show.
long as you,
Go ahead, as long as you are. No, he was
as
losing his
long
shit
as,
about this the other day. As long as you are.
as long as you have, as long as you are black, like you have that, then you're a nigga. Like, and nobody else wants any part of that. And it makes sense.
I know, but you know what's so crazy, bro? My babysitter was black. My best friends were black. I don't even know. Like at times, this sounds weird. I almost related more to the black culture than I did to the Latin culture because the Latin culture didn't know what to do with me. But the black culture was like, bro, you like smoking weed? I'm like, yes, sir. That sounds great. Let's fucking do it. Oh, you like to eat? Okay, cool. Like, it was, it's crazy, man, for me to say it as a Latin, that I felt more embraced by the black community in my own community than I did by my own Latin community because they were confused on whether or not I was brown enough to be brown or white enough to be white.
Right. You didn't have to worry about that when you were kicking it
They
with
were
your brother.
like, listen, bro, you want to fucking hang out with the guys, don't sweat it. And even to this day, my wife talks about it. I'm like, boo, I don't know. Like me. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and that doesn't sound, I'm not trying to make a claim to fame of any situation, but I understand the struggle, bro, because I have been fucked. And maybe that's why I get along with them. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say get along with them. I get along with the black community because they're not dumb. They are something. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't.
That's a very, very. So there's a lot of solidarity in understanding what it's like to be shit on.
Exactly.
Or
And
something that's outside of your power.
That is the best word you could have put. Because the solidarity, I was like, man, I don't want to be shit on no more. And they're like, hey, man, me too. And I was like, oh, man, right? Like, okay, man, I could get that. But then you got the fucking Latins looking all white and shit, the Ricky Martins, the J-Los, and the motherfucking, Mark Anthony's. And I'm like, oh, shit. Man, I could relate to those dudes.
Just like I got my nigga wake up call.
Yeah, man. This is facts. Yeah. It's crazy. These are facts. It's insane. So how is it my fault that I was able to be?
I was stuck in the sneak too, dude. Imagine if we added the same ideas through eye color instead of skin color.
Let me tell you something.
We decided,
I think you know what I've been tripping about? I've been tripping about this, man. What you told me the other day when we talked. Fucking horse. What was it? Wait, don't tell me, okay? A fucking horse and a donkey. Boom, right? And have something, and it comes a mule.
Oh,
mule,
yeah.
Mule is it, bro. I swear to God, dude. This has been blowing my fucking mind. And in the sense of, you know what has been blowing my mind on this? And ladies and gentlemen, we'll dig into it further, but just 1 second. What's been pissing me off is like, hold on. That is going to be the most sense I've ever fucking heard. We're humans. Why are we dividing? I said, this has been the biggest thing that has been blowing my mind. We're humans. Why are we missing the fucking mark? If two different species can come together and produce a species that is infertile, yet, like you said, I don't want to get too intense, but this particular people are not human, but yet they're able to be with other humans and make children, and those children are not sterile, then you know what, guys, they're not animals. Where the fuck are we at, ladies and gentlemen?
I mean, come on, dude. It's as plain as the nose on your face, and that's what's so disappointing too. Is like there have been so many of racism pillars that have just been completely shit on, and yet people still hang on to it. It's the same thing with religion. It's those two things. It's like no matter how much logic you won't. First black people were too dumb to play that.
Right.
Let me say that again. Black people
please
were too dumb.
Say it loud.
Like that was literally that's what they were telling me. These niggas are too fucking stupid.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, back at the ranch, a guy won 11 championships and won one of the 11 as a coach and a player. But
right.
yeah,
and he
it doesn't.
He was like one of 5 niggas in the league.
Right.
And then and again, like it's just the same thing with playing quarterback for the longest time. 100%. It wasn't until Barack Obama became president. Once Barack Obama became president, black kids started to really play quarterback.
Let me tell you something, bro. Forget about black
8, 9,
kids.
10 years old.
Forget about black kids. The moment Obama fucking became president, I said, shit, there's nothing I can do. I can do it all. I'm not even black. I'm a fucking minority. Okay? And that's what pisses me off. I hate the segregation bullshit. The moment that guy got in office, all minorities were like, hey, I have a chance.
Really. Yeah.
Because if I told a fucking kid prior to that you could be a president, and if he was smart, he'd say, go fuck yourself. Never happening, bro. But when Obama...
You know what I really wonder?
Tell me.
I wonder if the people who brought these slaves over to the country, because capitalism is so short-sighted, they never look too far in front of their face. So they thought to themselves, okay, well, easy money, free money, free labor, that's great. I wonder if they knew that one day Barack Obama would be president of the United States.
No one ever guessed that, bro. No one ever guessed it. No one ever guessed it. I don't even... you know what fucked up Obama? The fact that the Republicans fucked it up.
That he didn't get a single vote for anything.
Yeah.
From them. That he instead of passing single payer health care and giving us all free health care, he passed a conservative idea for health care thought up by the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative think tank, which essentially is a bunch of rich old white dudes trying to figure out how they can fuck poor people. He passed the Republican idea for health care when he got into office. I will never fucking do.
No, I know you were talking to me about that, and you're extremely profound. And I was tripping about, like, dude, when we had our last convo, I swear to God, because I'm a man of depth, I was just like, man, let me think about this. And I'm like, shit, these dudes fucking hate on this guy. And I'm like, shit, fuck, this whole narrative is fucked up. You motherfuckers are saying that people are animals, but that doesn't make any sense. Because that's not true. If you deal with the data and you deal with science.
Are so much better. Yeah. Republicans are so much better at narrative. They're so much better.
I don't know if that's true. They picked some fucking young lady from fucking Alaska to go with some other dude.
Defund the police. Defund the police.
Was a Republican pointer?
Great idea.
Okay, cool. Let's go with that because I want to get a little crazy right now. So defund the police, you're saying was a Republican approach?
It's bad messaging. It's a good idea with terrible messaging. And the dumbest thing Obama ever did was allow them to call the Affordable Care Act Obamacare. Because even after people didn't know that they were the same thing. So people with Obamacare would have Obamacare, and pollsters would ask them, "What do you think about Obamacare?" "Oh, it's terrible. I hate Obamacare. It's ruining the country." "Well, what do you think about the Affordable Care Act?" "Oh, well, that's where I get my health insurance. It's great. Affordable, yada, yada, yada." And these stupid motherfuckers don't know that the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare are these things.
Well, listen, we're on a podcast, and I'm hoping one day to get a sponsor and not do this for free. Well, that's all the narrative, man. Who's paying? Who's not getting paid? Who's putting the labels on it? Right? I mean, it sucks that one of the things that end up being the demise of Obama is the fact that he attached his name to a situation in the sense of making healthcare available for everyone, right? But there's just so much more bullshit. But because they don't attach their name to it, it doesn't get fucking crazy like that, right? And I can go off on a tangent on whether or not I felt Obama was a good or not good president. At the end of the day, this is what it boils down to. A man of color was in office and in charge. Under my world, I would have never. And I'm a fairly fair-skinned individual, which is weird that I side with the darker side of the team. I couldn't have never. I swear to God, if a motherfucker told me you could be president, I'm like, bullshit. Okay? White folk. That's what they do. Right? But I look like a white guy. So for me, they look like, bro, you're sending the wrong message. You're supposed to be on our team.
That fucking shocked me, dude. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I couldn't even
I didn't think it
imagine.
was going to happen.
Well, I mean, like I said
But
again,
Bush did such a shitty job. You had to vote for the other party, and they ran a black guy.
well,
So what are you going to do? Bring Bush back? He just
so this is my thing. This is what's getting me nervous about this. So Trump, I'm gonna go all in. Trump fucked this whole thing, right? Okay. How are you gonna bring Biden in? Because Biden supports black people, pretending. I read a fucking feed on Twitter that they want to. Supposedly, the fans want Michelle Obama to ride that VP coattail. Let me tell you something, dude. Politicians are all corrupt. It doesn't matter if they're the D or the R. They're the same. These guys got so many private people handling money, giving them money. I just don't think it's such a clear and cut case for presidency. I tell you this. You want to hear something crazy and radical? I'm West 2020,
okay.
baby. All day. West 2020. You know why?
Oh God.
Yeah, you know why? I don't like either one of these fuckers. I actually like the other guy's music.
Because he couldn't be any worse than fucking Trump.
Exactly. The
If
ceiling is so low. Just what you said about Bush setting the bar low and giving a chance to an Afro-American to become president.
Yeah, we've just been going down ever since.
Yeah. I mean,
but, you know, we have to keep in mind that the beginning of this, from what I know, like, the Democrats and the Bill Clinton signed TPP, which really, really fucked this country.
He's a piece of shit, by the way.
That's what, so, see, I always felt like it was such a bad idea for us to say to companies, okay, well, you can make your money over here, you can live over here, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to put Americans to work. Build your, you know, we have laws for our company, so we can't fuck people too hard.
Right.
But, you know, we're just going to sign TPP and then you can just avoid all those laws. And you can put your fucking, it's disgusting. I really fucking
No, dude. I mean, listen. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon is one of my best friends, and we talked about this. And I'll be honest with you, I was totally shocked, and not like appalled shocked, but just like, man, this is the fucking continuing narrative. This is ridiculous. You guys gotta be fucking kidding me, right? Like,
it's out of control,
bro. It's getting worse and worse. It's like, okay, I mean, it sucks that we went from Obama to Trump, but where do we go now? Do we go further down? Because this was the actual split in the break. Maybe it wasn't even Obama. Maybe fucking Dick Cheney and Bush Jr.
Well,
started this fucking rhythm.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like one thing led to the other.
For sure, man.
They definitely, and the thing that's just so difficult for me is like people are so intent on spitting out their narrative to you. If you're like talking about gun control, right? All they want to do is say their point about gun control. Mm-hmm. You know, you might not even be disagreeing.
Right. You gotta get it out.
They will start in on the personal attack. Yep. And they'll start in over you live this and you live that, and they'll.
Bro, you know, I have a friend of mine, and we do another podcast. Who the fuck cares, bro? Let me tell you something. If it was a bunch of black, tranny, gay Latinos that were armed with guns, I'd be good. Who the fuck cares? I don't care. Why are we so caring about some of this bullshit? Right? Like, I'm more.
I don't know,
let me tell you something. I'm more nervous for the ducks. Okay, because a duck should not be shot with an AK-47 just because you could flex that, right? But in America, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. That was the whole point of this fucking thing. So if you want to be different and interesting, dope. And if you want to shoot, dope. Like, I don't understand why we can't have both. That's my thing. Because listen, I don't own a gun. but I would like to own a gun, and I don't want to shoot nobody, but I've seen John Wick a whole bunch of times. I would love to kind of shoot like that motherfucker and pretend on a shooting course, right? I'm not saying that I want to buy a gun so that I could fucking
But
do all these things, but meanwhile, back at the ranch,
there's
people kill people with guns,
there's
right?
this delusion on the right that liberals are going to come and destroy the Second Amendment, and it's the fucking dumbest thing ever.
First of all, we talked
Holy
about this, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go here. This is not controversial. You dumb fucks. The Second Amendment is a joke. It was cool in the fucking whenever the fuck it was going down, right? And I don't mean to sound like an idiot. It was meant to overthrow
It
the
was like
government if
16,
you guys
1700.
were gonna fuck shit up. It was written by motherfuckers who had muskrats and motherfucking like shit that you had to reload and put gunpowder and put a pebble and do
Yeah.
all this shit. You
Yep.
cannot bear arms against this country right now. You're not gonna overthrow jack shit. Think about the
You
people
really
that try to
are.
riot and revolt and protest in D.C. They got hit with fucking rubber bullets and tear gas, and they fucked those fuckers up in seconds. It's not the same. And that's the thing. We gotta take this rhetoric for what it is and the time that it was. It's not the same. Your right to bear arms does not include your right to have a semi-automatic weapon to fucking shoot ducks.
Well, a pistol, like the pistol I have, the main
But you know what I
problem
mean.
people,
You know what I mean. I'm saying
yeah,
like, listen, look, if you're a hunter, first of all, to me, hunting is a Joe Rogan thing, in my opinion. You want to hunt? You get a bow and arrow, motherfucker, and you go hunt.
yeah, uh-huh.
Okay? Or you get a
I think
crossbow.
I have
You
a
want to get
great
cool?
idea.
Get a crossbow. When it comes to guns,
I have this
this
great
is such a
idea. You
slippery
should be
slope.
able to hunt,
Go ahead,
but
tell me the
only
idea.
with a. You can hunt, like you can trophy hunt all you want. You don't even have to eat it, but you have to trophy hunt with a knife no longer than your erected penis.
Right, that's where we got to go. But again, right? So
So
this
if
is the thing.
you know,
As a Democrat, not saying that I am, but as a Democrat, we want more government. As a Republican, we want less government. So if I don't want to hunt my fucking dick knife,
that's
then
not true. Wait, no. The Republicans say they want less government, but they outcensored liberals
that's what I'm
like
saying. The
3-1
Republicans
with
want
all their
less. The
war shit.
Republicans want less government, and the Democrats want more government. So what I'm saying is, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, if the fucking cat wants to fucking go shoot shit with a fucking thing his side, like what happened to America being the land of the free and my own decision? Right? As long as I'm not hurting anybody, I. This is a thing, dude. Like, where are we coming or going in the sense of if some certain liberties, and I'm not using gun control or gun possession as my keynote situation.
Right.
Bro, if I am on my own acre, okay, by myself, and there's ducks, and I have a shotgun, I can shoot them. That's where I'm at. But if we're in a downtown area, sorry, bro, we can't bring this shit down. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that people just there's all these referendums and all these agendas, and everybody's trying to pull it, bro. Everybody's trying to go in one direction and the other. At the end of the day, to me, it's like, look, I'm not a religious guy, but I'm always like, do unto others as you would like to be done unto yourself. I'll take that in the reverse. Just let motherfuckers do themselves, and hopefully it doesn't fuck with you. The only thing is that people get erratic and people get crazy, and then they fucking have a shotgun rack and they have a Confederate flag, and then we're shooting, you know what, right? They're not shooting ducks anymore. So this is the thing.
No.
It's such a slippery slope, man. To try to find both parties in agreement, and I don't mean Democrat or Republican. I mean like fucking. Listen, everybody wants to act like white people are always rich. White people are also rednecky and trailer trash and fucking this, just like every fucking body else. But because the only stories that get sensationalized is this white guy doing good. Oh shit, Zuckerberg didn't graduate college. He just made this great fucking $1 billion shit. Oh, we gotta suck him. Oh my God, fucking Mark Cuban, he sold it. He's great. We love him. Oh my God, the South
Yeah,
American guy came. He figured
he's
out how to make it.
amazing.
Come on, bro. Listen, this is the thing, man. The pendulum has to swing both ways. And that's the problem. It's only swinging one way, depending on what party or what interest you have. Because the pendulum can swing super right, or the pendulum can swing super left. And I hate the fact that we're all divided. Because at the end of the day, we're all schmucks. We don't have no control
It,
on
we're,
bullshit.
dude, we're so divided. It's ridiculous.
Bro, that's probably
Like,
the best
we'll argue.
thing that Trump has done.
We'll argue. We'll argue with each other when we don't even disagree. Because I'm pro Second Amendment. I feel like you should be able to have pretty much any gun that's a
By the way, you know what's a stat that my wife told me that I found super interesting? There's a lot of gun violence in places that are not allowed to carry guns.
There's a lot of gun violence. What?
There's a lot of gun violence where gun carrying, gun owning is illegal. Where there is gun allowance and all that shit, crime is low. You know why? Because the motherfucker will pull a shit on you and be like, listen, bro, I'll push your
Well,
weight back.
no, that's not right. What it is they pass after when there's a high gun violence, they pass laws.
Yeah. I get it. But, like, listen,
yeah.
Texas, for the most part, doesn't have this kind of problem. And they accept all the gun laws. If you take that shit to New York, ooh, you take that shit to Miami, you take that shit to LA. Come on, Detroit, Chicago. You know, we don't even want to get into that. But they make it illegal.
I'm just not sure that the citizenry being armed is where that violence is coming from. Because all that black on black crime and all that violence that they're talking about is brothers shooting each other in the hood over drugs.
Right.
That's
So
like
why is so this is a thing too. This is very controversial. I don't want to get too statistical, but why is that not a discussion or a I know it's a bit of a debate. Right, I get it, but look,
that's not that has nothing to do with it. See, again, messaging. The only thing that they're attacking the title of Black Lives Matter, so they won't have to deal with the substance of it. That's exactly what. Well, if Black Lives Matter, why don't you care about black on black crime? Well, the reason we don't care about that is because when a black person kills a black person, they go to prison for life. The cop shoots someone and goes on vacation.
Actually, that's an interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't like the Black Lives Matter movement is about police brutality. So they should change Black Lives Matter.
They should totally.
The
It's not
anti-police brutality movement.
Right. I mean, I think
Because
that's the confusion.
is all the Republicans attack. Yeah. Oh. Well, if Black Lives Matter, that means that other lives don't. No, nobody ever fucking said that. The reason they say Black Lives Matter is because y'all been killing niggas and no one's been going to prison for like 500 years and we're kind of tired of it. So they're saying, hey, we actually fucking matter. That's what Black Lives Matter.
No, I get that. I totally understand that. I totally understand that for sure.
Yeah,
it's
people
like, hey,
jump on that.
Well, not only that, I heard some really eloquent young lady talk about on how, and this might sound extreme, but the Afro American community is responsible for building this country in a lot of ways. Like where is the kickback from all the cotton? Where is the kickback from all of the things that they were doing, working, right? Like
stolen.
Right. And to me, I was just telling you about this movie. It's called I think it's Soderbergh, but it's about a young lady who was an actress and decided to be interested in the Black Panther. I'll just say it like that. But it's fascinating to me.
A big part of our problem, dude, is we haven't been educated in school.
That's what I was gonna say. By the way, you gotta watch this movie, bro. You gotta watch this movie. Education is huge, man. And he said it. Education
like
costs
they
money.
went specifically out of their way to fuck black people.
Right.
They literally did a bunch of shit specifically to fuck black people. And a lot of white folks don't know any of that shit.
Dude, it's the same
They have
way.
no
I'm not
idea that
fucking
these things took
Mexican,
place.
but when some white individual who's not savvy is like, "Oh, you're Mexican, right?" It's like, no. There's actually probably like 20 denominations of Latinos that you're not sure of, but sure, because my name is
Right.
Jorge. Yeah, I got it, right? And so we get it, and that's the thing, and that's the plight, and that's what gets me. I think got my brother upset during the situation because the Black Lives Matter needs to be extended to the Black and Brown Lives Matter because
Say
there's.
that again?
I was saying this particular plight of Black Lives Matter needs to be also inclusive to Brown Lives Matter, which means
Oh
black
yeah,
and
everyone's in
brown.
there, baby.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think I
yeah,
don't.
everybody's in there.
I know we're like grouped
They don't feel
in.
included.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
think that they get it,
yeah.
and I think also the white folks, if they're
Well,
already
baby,
barely
we know
understanding,
what y'all deal with.
right? No, you
We
guys
know, I
listen.
know what y'all deal with.
Listen, that's the
Yeah,
thing, right? We know. The problem is how we get the message to the other folks because no one fucking knows. Because at
yeah,
the end of the day, the Latinos, and I'm going to be more specific, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, and the blacks are the same motherfucker on the block. They're all trying to break bread. They're trying to get it, right? But when you sensationalize this big story and you say Black Lives Matter, and I'm not trying to disinclude anyone in the sense that, yes, Black lives do matter, but it almost feels like
right,
in the message, it's
right.
almost
That you're only
segregating.
talking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And then
Mm-hmm.
now, right?
Yeah.
Black tranny lives matter, apparently. More than, right? And this is the shit that they do. This is what sucks. We lose the overall understanding of the movement, and then it's like, well, I wasn't included. Well, I wasn't. Were you
Yep.
included in that?
Exactly.
Were you? Oh shit! Well, we need the trannies. We need the GPTL. We need the Latino. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. At the end of the day, it'd be. So that's why I find a slippery slope with the All Lives Matter, and I'm a huge
All lives matter. It's just
right. It's
all lives
racist.
matter is just
Apparently, it's racist.
something. Yeah, something.
Right. But to
Well,
me,
no, they don't want to say Black Lives
so for
because
me,
they
look,
don't want
I've
to
tweeted
accept
a bunch of
the fact.
times All Lives Matter, and I've tweeted a whole bunch of times Black Lives Matters. For me specifically,
Right.
I'm like, look, humans matter. Humans. What are you people doing? Like, why
Yeah,
has it
but the thing
be?
when they say all lives matter, it's like I never said all lives matter. I
I
never said
know,
your
but
life
I think
doesn't
the
matter.
consensus is
Yeah,
because you're picking one denomination, it almost feels
yeah,
like other people are not included, which sucks. Because I think
yes.
that they
Yeah,
should say
they're
like
adding that. Wait,
I had a show with a couple of guys that really didn't understand this, and they were like blah 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 black, and I was like, fucker, minorities don't matter. How about that? Think about what matters. Minorities don't matter. If you're
well, I always say the laws are for poor people and minorities.
exactly, bro. So this is where the
Yeah,
narrative,
that's
in
why
my
we made laws.
opinion, yeah, this is where, in my opinion, the narrative gets a little lost because I think that everybody's important. And I definitely think because of Black Lives Matter, yeah, the white folks have been fucking beasting on their fucking privilege for a hard and long time. But when,
Oh no, they don't even believe that white privilege exists.
well,
And
that's a
then they
whole
say,
nother
well, how do I have
story.
white privilege? Well, they ask that question, and I say, well, you have all of the spoils from your great grandfather's work, right? Your family still has that, right? Okay, white privilege.
Forget about that, bro.
Because
The
I
moment a
don't have a
fucking
fucking,
black guy
I
gets
don't have,
pulled over or white guy gets pulled over, the white guy gets a
yeah, I know.
gets a little fucking ticket, and the black guy gets dead. That's where we're at. Because to me, I can give a flying fuck
Dude,
about the rest of that
yep,
shit. I'm like, listen, let's break it down. If guy A gets pulled over, it's like, remember when you were in math? If Tracy can go to the train and she can go 100 miles an hour and another train is going 100 miles an hour, how many miles did Tracy travel?
right.
Yeah. So if a black guy goes up or a Latin guy goes up and a white guy goes up, check this out. 2 out of 3 is going to get fucked. Okay? Because
Yeah.
a white guy's going to get so pissed that he even got pulled over Okay,
Right.
I can't even do
He's
that,
gonna be
bro.
calling the
Yeah.
What are you? Why'd you fucking pull me over?
How dare you pull me over right now?
Yeah.
Why did you pull me over?
Yeah.
Do you know I pay your fucking taxes? Do you understand where I'm
Yeah.
at? Do you
All
know
that
who I
bullshit.
am? You know who I am? Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to survive the altercation because I've been in situations with the
All
PD
that bullshit.
and they're like, hey, bring that Latin motherfucker over here. And I was the amongst the whitest in the group. I'm like, yeah, bring rice and beans over here right now. Please, can we talk to rice and beans right now? Because I don't know. You motherfuckers are confused. That guy's not white. We know because we're white. It's like they got this fucking internal radar.
They do.
They do.
No,
They know.
seriously, that's important, and it
No,
has been important.
it's not about Black Lives Matter. It's about minorities' lives matter. Because at the end of the day, it's us against them in that regard, in the sense that you know, and this is another controversial thing. It's a class thing. It's poor versus rich. Problem is that the rich, for the most part, are white folks, right? And the poor folks are fucking black, Latino, right? The fucking Asians even bypass
Essentially,
that.
yeah, we're the underclass.
Yeah, we're the ones that are struggling and trying to get by and grind. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, something you said that I was very eye opening to. You're gonna have, let's say, the movement of the blacks. You're gonna have the movement of the women, and then the Latinos have to be in the fold and considered, but there's not the narrative that pushes that. And for me, I'm not saying anything in the sense of, hey, look at me, give me more votes or whatever. But this is a huger collective issue, is what I'm saying. Right? Like it's not just Black Lives Matter; it's minority lives matter. It's you guys are overlooking shit. Like you really spotted on, and I've been thinking about you a lot, dude. The female situation. Where's all the female lives matter, right? Because
I know, man.
those motherfuckers are getting raped by the fucking bunch.
And no one's going to jail for it.
Nobody. They had one guy.
And
They just had
also-
one guy. They had two guys, Weinstein and fucking
also,
Epstein. I don't know why they're both Jews and in the Steen part, but no shot. I'm not anti-Semitic. I just find that coincidental that both guys.
I told you that. I forgot what fucking weed. Yeah,
Right.
that one's gone. It's never going back. It was a good one too. But no, we will realize that we are all on the same team. Like, and the women they've gotten it way worse than men. You know, I never knew what a chauvinist I was until I really, really looked back. You know, and we've all, as men, done something horrible to a woman that we shouldn't have done. You know, I think we can all fucking say that. Where we've all been awful in one time or another, and that should have to stop, dude. Because it's not even close. Like women aren't even close to equality in our society, and you don't realize how differently you treat them than you do, unless you really, really think about it and you really look at it. And when you do, I don't think you're going to be particularly happy uh, with the results, because I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought I treated both genders the exact same, and I don't.
right. I mean,
You know,
but this is the thing, man. This is like grandparent shit, and like this is infrastructure shit, and this is what they talk about when they talk about systemic racism. You know, and to me, I'm not saying that I think that the word racism is not strong enough, but I would like to use systemic bias. Systemic bias. Everything is about bias, man. Oh, are you? I said I don't. I try to understand this systemic racism approach that people are using. I think it's systemic bias. are you pretty enough? Are you attractive enough? And that's just for women and dudes. Oh,
Yep.
okay. You know what?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude, I just had a show earlier, right? And we talked about this. Oh, Russell Wilson, you're not black enough. Oh, Patty Holmes. Okay, we'll take that. Everything is a fucking bias, right? Because Lamar Jackson ain't getting no motherfucking Patrick Mahomes money ever, ever. And that's the real fucking deal. Fucking Lamar
Dude, I
Jackson.
love Lamar.
Come on, man.
I hate how much I love Lamar.
Lamar
I feel
has to win a
guilty, like I'm cheating
championship,
on
and
the
that
team.
motherfucker won't ever get $45 million a year. But you know what?
You don't think
Patrick
so?
looks a little white. His photo op is great. He makes the team look great.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of guys that look great. Come on. Oh, he's dates a white girl. Come on, please. You got to get in the photo. Please, please, please. Get in the photo.
Well,
I understand how social media and all this bullshit works.
His white girl looks just like his mother. And they always say, you marry your mother.
I totally agree, but what I'm saying is it's a little easier. Imagine if you're fucking Lamar Jackson and your girlfriend is very dark.
Well,
and you're not gonna
Lamar
be.
has Lamar. Yep, exactly.
It's not gonna be the same, man. It's not gonna be the same. You're not gonna be. They're not gonna be ushering you out.
Not perfect.
Right? They're not gonna be.
Yeah, I love Lamar.
That's my guy.
I saw that improvement.
By the way, don't be jealous, and I'm gonna say that right now. I might have a chance to talk to Lamar. Man, he might be on the show.
Oh, dude.
I love him. Show.
I love everything about him. I love how his teammates feel about him. I love how they created an offense around his abilities.
Dude, I just got into a fucking discussion before I booked you for this show. I talked to a Niner fan, and we went down the Kaepernick, Alex Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo hole. And it's fascinating because you and I both agree that when you need to be quarterback, the whole entire fucking building needs to have your back. And Patty has it, and Lamar has it. But I don't think Lamar's going to get the fucking paper. And you know who's another motherfucker that needs to get the paper? I swear to God, I'm going to start fucking banging on. You know how motherfuckers start banging on shit? I'm going to start banging on shit. Deshaun Watson needs to fucking leave Texas. Okay?
He's about to get paid, dude.
But it's not about getting paid.
I know.
I need you to win, bruh. I need you to win, bruh. And
he has done things that.
Okay, so listen to me, okay? Because you know I'm a guy, and I love this game, and I want us to switch gears a little bit and not be socially and politically correct, bro. A guy pulled this guy's helmet down. Okay, I know you've seen it because you're like me. I pulled it down. I fucking made an adjustment into a touchdown pass. I've never seen that. I have never seen anybody basically get a flag for fucking like egregious. I don't even know what it's called, but right now I'm a little tipsy, folks. And pull it down. The guy just pulls off the mask. I'm gonna throw it to the guy. I knew he was there. I was waiting for this guy to pull down my shit to face mask me. Excuse me. That's where we're at. A face mask is at least a 5-yard penalty, if not 15. You pull down my shit. You pull my shit down. Then I just lift it up and I make this great pass with less. There is no way, and you have to agree. And I brought you up, in this interview. I didn't drop your name, but let me tell you something. Tom Brady and Patty Mahomes are fucking great because they were in great establishments. I'm not taking anything away from the Baltimore Ravens because I love that organization. I wish I knew more about Houston, but I don't like O'Brien. I'm gonna tell you facts. Look at what they did to Russell Wilson, okay? And I mean that in the best way possible. The team endorsed the guy. You can say whatever the fuck you want. The coaches believe in the kid. If Patty Mahomes was in Cleveland, it'd be game over. If Tom Brady was originally a Buccaneer, game over.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Didn't we say this the other night?
We did. But the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because I was in a conversation with a guy today on the Airin and Out, saying like, dude, it's all about being in the right place at the right time, right?
Yes, dude. There's nothing more important. It's like it's like playing the proper position.
What
It's
pisses
like
me
these other
off
guys not playing the
is
right.
why wouldn't look you and me both have a man crush on Lamar. Whether or not he wins a Super Bowl, isn't he worth a 10-year contract? He ain't never gonna get that. He ain't never gonna get 45 million a year. Never.
You don't think so?
No, unless he wins.
Because
So
you know
we
what they're
talked
going
about
to
it.
do is they're going to say
Unless
they're
he's in a contract year and wins the Super Bowl. Neither will Deshaun.
they're going to say that
He's a
they're not going to
gimmick
pay him as much
quarterback.
because he's been injured. He's been injured.
Not only that, they're gonna say he's a gimmick quarterback.
That's what they're going to say. But
Right.
he's
Well,
not a gimmick.
Deshaun's knock is that he hasn't been healthy. Let's say a year and a half
And
out of his 4-year front.
Deshaun has done some amazing. He had a run his second year. I think.
Bro, as a
It was
rookie, he was
so
fire until
impressive.
he blew his a fucking knee out, and then the following year he went ham again with nothing. Okay, the Houston Texans are not loaded. I love
No, they
Hopkins.
certainly are not.
They are
No
not
running
loaded.
game.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
For me, for you to tell me that the team is loaded, you have to have a running back and you have to have a defense, and they don't have neither one. And I love
They
JJ
don't
Watt.
have either.
I love JJ Watt, but JJ Watt, you don't play 11 positions, bro. You play one. Okay, bro. You could spy the quarterback, you could rush the quarterback, and you could play linebacker. Outside of that, you're not covering wide receivers deep, bro. Like, it's just a limitation. And this is what I'm talking about. Listen, God bless Pat on his shit. I hope he does dope. I hope that he's able to go. I mean, for me, this is what we're looking to, right? Brady's out the building. Luck is gone. Matt Ryan, you can argue he's kind of a joke. Cousins.
Matt Ryan was never the real deal.
I thought he was. I think that he was kind of, sort of. I think that he's a true competitor, but he got fucked by his offensive coordinator who didn't have the balls to run the rock against the Pats and got beat by the greatest fucking coach of all time. So that could be argumentative. But this is the
Say
thing.
that again.
These are the guys now when we look at it, okay, who am I interested to watch? You think I'm gonna fucking book Atlanta Falcon games? No, I'm gonna book Ravens games. I'm gonna book Chiefs.
Problem. The Pats are a huge problem.
Okay, so let's talk about this because we didn't get to talk about it too much. Okay, we did a little bit, and we know because we're both fans. Okay, I'm a fan of my guy. There's no way Newton makes the Patriots a contender, and it's not on him. They have no running back, no offense. They had the best defense in the season last year because they had the weakest schedule.
Right.
Come on, guys. And I give a total respect to that defense.
How well did Brady play that?
Mediocre. He was probably, I would say Brady played like 500 if you want to give him any props.
He was pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
Well, I think if Cam plays a little better than mediocre, then they're the two seeds.
This is the
in
thing.
the AFC.
I would love to agree with that. The problem is to who? Who are you throwing the rock to? That's the problem. It's the same fucking narrative that Cam has had his whole life. He's never had talent.
They'll have a couple of receivers out there. I think.
So
I believe in.
They have. I think I'm saying this wrong, but I think it's Keelan Harris. Keelan Harris is, I think, a sophomore or junior in the NFL. He's been plagued by injuries, and he's prototypical: 6'4", wingspan, the whole nine. Can't stay on the field, so I'm questionable on you, my man. No tight end.
Right.
The next slot receiver is our guy within the Wes Welker. Yeah, within the Wes Welker prototypical situation. But he, I hate to say it, is one injury again away from being on the sideline. So how are you going to create?
And also, he's running out of steroids too.
Listen, all those motherfuckers are. So how are you going to see? To me, this is the thing. I was trying to explain this to my the guest I had earlier. If I was Tim Tebow and I was fortunate to be on Miami with Ronnie Brown and motherfucking Ricky Williams and we were on the Wildcat all goddamn day, good luck stopping us. Okay?
Right.
And I think that New England sees that and is going to bring some of that to the fold. Who the fuck is the Patriots running backs? Who's the Patriots fullback? Who's the Patriots tight end? I'm talking about just specifically running. Where they at? There's no way. I think Cam is gonna run for his life, and it's gonna suck. And I hope they do good.
Wait. Slow your roll a little bit because their offensive line is going to play better this year. They were really hurt last year, but towards the end of the year, they got back to very important
Cam,
people.
to me, I've watched Cam. I love Cam. He holds the ball just like Roethlisberger. A couple seconds too much, only because they could do the magic in the background and then make it interesting down the field. Who's going to stretch the field? I mean, Sanu maybe for the Pats, but I'm just worried that again, Newton doesn't have the surrounding cast.
That there won't be any weapons.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing. Look, if they
they took the running back with their first overall pick last year. Okay. So now that he's had a year off to, learn the offense and shit, you'd expect him to play one. He drafted 2 tight ends this year, and the last year, Belichick drafted 2 tight ends in one season. It was Gronk, the murderer.
Right, Hernandez. Let's not get crazy.
I don't know.
By the way, let's not get crazy on my guy.
I believe in Bill basically blindly, and I know that he wouldn't have let Tom Brady go if he didn't have a very good one.
Yeah, but you know what? That's speculatory because, in my opinion, I think that both guys wanted to be able to, whether win, lose, or draw, be able to have their own situation where they're like, hey, look, I can make this on my own merit. So I think that Belichick is in a position where he's like, fuck it, Tom, you want to bounce? Go ahead, bounce. First of all, if I was the New England Patriots, I wouldn't even sign Cam. Nothing against Cam, but I want to fucking be the first pick in the draft of next year to get the kid for Clemson. Right? Like, why, if you bring in Cam, by the way, they also brought in Tim Tebow a while back. I don't know if this is media stealing, headline stealing, because they could bring Cam. Remember, by the way, just for the fans, Colin Kaepernick, according to my source, is training with the Chargers right now. Okay?
Really?
Yes, sir. According to my source, he's seen him. He's been with him. His friend, who is a quarterback guru, is Cap is in Charger camp. But that's a 70-something roster. Same thing for Cam. The fucking Patriots cut Cam. Fucking only listen. They didn't pay Antonio Brown nickel this offseason, and they paid him the whole thing. They could say, you know what, Cam, we're good. Either you sit on the bench or you don't. Fuck you. There's no way that Aunt Jemima shit, and that's not a joke against Aunt Jemima, but the handkerchief, flamboyant shit, they're not gonna go for it.
Lord.
They're not gonna go for it. And if they don't feel it, they're gonna say, you know what, bro?
Okay, but
fuck you.
But here's my question, dude. Here's my question. Okay, if they're winning, nobody's gonna care.
100%. But this is the thing. They gotta go back to high school bullshit because they're gonna have to run a veer.
I feel like
they're gonna have to run a
this
veer
is
offense.
A match made in heaven because, dude, Cam can drop back and read the defense and throw football. He is capable of doing it. He did it in his MVP season, where he threw 50 touchdowns in like 4 seasons. He can get the job done as a passer. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
I'm totally not disagreeing with that anyway. Listen, everybody watch Twitter, right? You seen him throw the rock to fucking Beckham. The guy still got it. I totally get that. You don't have Beckham on the Patriots. He doesn't have Beckham on the trade.
Like never.
I agree. Listen.
He's motivated like never.
If I had to pick a comeback player of the year right now, I'd pick him because he has the right coach. He has the right offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying,
he has the best person in the building as supposedly as an owner. But he has no fucking offense. That's my problem with this guy. And I feel bad for Cam. He's never had any fucking offense. The fact that you had to correct me on our last show that his best offensive weapon was Ted Ginn Jr., you gotta be fucking kidding me. gotta be fucking kidding me, man. What are you gonna give him? You gonna give him fucking Edelman? Edelman who could only catch five. Come on, man.
That's a testament to his greatness.
I totally agree.
Is.
He elevates guys. I've seen him, dude. I watch.
Yeah,
listen,
really
I don't know. I don't know how much. First of all, Hard Knocks, everybody loves. There's a great show on Amazon. Okay, and they do the same thing.
Yeah, I know it.
And I watched the Panthers. This guy's amazing. Okay, I'm talking about a guy.
You're gonna love him, dude.
Listen, a guy that comes to preseason camp and is playing his music, he's jiving and he's laughing.
He's playing what?
And so he's in good mood. He's playing whatever the fuck.
Dude,
Drake.
He's got a lot of charisma.
Unbelievable.
He's got a lot of charisma.
This is the problem. Does the
really
fucking offense of the Patriots match this guy's fucking stats? No.
Wait, hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Every year, Bill Belichick looks at his personnel, assesses what they do well, and then he and McDaniels script a new offense every year.
Yeah, but they had Brady running that shit.
Every year.
Brady running that shit, man. I mean,
and now they have the league MVP doing it too.
How old is Cam? Let's say, how old is Cam?
29. 29.
Okay, he's not over 30. So there's a potential that if he runs a rock, and he's been off for almost like 2 years, and it looks like he dropped that vegan bullshit because homeboy looks a little chunky now, which I like.
He got a little strength back.
Yeah, we're going to get that. So if he could go back to running the rock and being a problem, sure. My question is, I'm not saying I do not believe in Cam. I do not believe in the Patriots offense. Offensive line, sure, they might be okay. Running back is questionable.
Yeah, they improved.
Wide receiver is ridiculously questionable. How are you going to have all these rookies? It's terrible. It's terrible. Okay? So you're going to fucking... So what happens now? Cam goes out there, he wins the starting job, he crushes, and then he can't fucking throw to these guys.
With all those things we just said, they were one last-minute drive away from the 2 seed. Probably.
That's all Belichick. I mean, listen, I totally agree with you. Whatever the guy's formula is, it wins. He wins. Listen, I get it. He's like the next Don Shula. Okay? This guy...
You know how he wins? Because they don't beat themselves. That's how he wins. He just goes out, you play, and he just lets you beat yourself. That's
the only
what he does
thing
to
is,
everybody.
for me, this is the thing, bro. I've been watching this game for, I don't know, 10 years. Let's say, hardcore. To be with a guy like Cam, you need a phenomenal running back. And he's had that, at least, in a few years, that he was dominant. You need to be able to trick. Like, if I go play action and my running back ain't shit, or my running back hasn't gotten anything, and I'm a defense, I don't give a fuck if you go play action. I'm gonna crush you. That's my concern. Like, what is the threat away from Cam that's gonna make people be like, okay, we might have to back up the defense a little bit. Not because he can air it out. Good. You think that? No. I was just saying, not that he can air it out.
I think that the running game is going to be improved just by Cam arriving, because of his threat of the run. It's going to open up some lanes. Also going to open up some passes a little bit. I'm telling you, dude. Just give Phil a little time. I think those two are going to. Everyone's worried that they're not going to get along. I think those two are going to be a match made.
First of all, you must have not been on Twitter, because apparently these two motherfuckers are in love already. Everything points to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, they're symbiotic already. Like Belichick's already been ridiculously praising him. Cam's been on fucking Twitter, airing out his message and saying like, hey, everything's great. We're gonna crush. We're gonna kill. He's giving all the fucking the business savvy words and the company policy lines and saying, yeah, we're gonna kill. I mean, who would have ever thought that Cam Newton would be a Patriot at this point, right?
I mean,
the Patriots are the pedigree of the NFL. I know you're a Chiefs fan, but when you see the New England jersey, you know that means wins.
Come on, man! I grew up in Boston.
And so for the guy you got to put on this jersey. I hope. I can't wait to see it, man. Listen. Nobody wants Cam to succeed more than I do. I'm ecstatic For me, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't want him to succeed that much.
Why?
Let's be honest. I don't want him to succeed that much.
I want him to kill.
Because I want me patty cakes. I got a fucking
you
dynasty.
Got that. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be the crazy thing now, where I mean, at the end of the day, I say NFC Championship is Ravens Chiefs, and that's gonna be all indicative. And if I'm
AFC.
Sorry, excuse me, AFC. And if I'm Harbaugh, I'm like, listen, let's get the fucking defense tuned the fuck up, because we got Hollywood. We got like 3, 4 the best tight ends. We got my man Mark Ingram.
They have a game week 3.
I know they do, but you know what? Week 3 don't mean jack shit. Right? Week 3 to me means like a showcase.
That's true.
Right? I'm talking about week 14, week 16, and we didn't even know how many weeks these fuckers are gonna get. I mean, did you hear? 70 NFL players tested positive for corona.
Yeah, that shit goes away eventually.
No. I get it. I just this is my question. No fans, right? So you have no home field advantage. You're in a bubble, so who knows what you need or what you don't need that you didn't have or you need to have. And then at the end of the day, I think that putting interests over people is dangerous, and that's what I'm concerned about. Everybody, NBA, the NFL, and that's what they're doing. Okay, because I don't even know what the fuck these cats are up to. In the sense of, there's no fans, so why are we even playing? People are dying. We have almost 140,000 deaths due to this.
Isn't that a ridiculous number, dude?
Yeah, it's shameful.
140,000 fucking people dead in like 4 months.
Right, and it's not even
in like 4 months.
And the sports franchises are not even batting an eyelash. Okay, Russell Westbrook tested positive corona. Okay, James Harden is a no-show in the bubble. LeBron James has been known to not talk to anybody. To me, the Lakers win straight out. Straight out, they're gonna win on this bubble bullshit. Because Houston was a threat to them, I think. I don't even know where the fuck is my guy from. Well, not my guy, but I'm just talking shit. But
so Harden didn't even show up.
Yeah, they can't even find him. Let's say he's MIA.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. This is the shit I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm down,
okay, let's switch gears.
I'm down with Kyrie for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it off air. Come on, ever. That should have been. That's a no-brainer.
For the first time ever.
Take a strike.
Like, you should do it, man.
Let's go, man.
Like, fucking do it.
Listen,
take that shit over. Y'all got
sounds
plenty
crazy, but we need to do some football shit for us, by us. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, fuck. Yeah, it's like it's a fucking black league. So why not black owned? Y'all now is.
But you know what it is? Homeboy's a little loopy, a little crazy, probably smoke a little weed, probably fucking has some coke in his game.
Yeah,
he probably talks to your girl, and they're like, yo, fuck that guy. I don't want to listen to that guy.
You need those guys.
Listen, we always need those guys
to say that weird shit.
Listen, this is probably my biggest point.
That comes out of his
Listen,
mouth.
This is probably my biggest point in this conversation. We need people that are different. We need people that have a different fucking interest. We need people that fucking challenge shit. And you don't always have to kill them or persecute them. It's just a different understanding. And that's where we're at.
Yep. They don't have to be right all the time.
Right. Come on, man. Why do we always have to fucking hold everything to like fucking the end of the world? Just give, you know what I mean? And listen, I'm with you. I have never been more of an endorsement to Kyrie than since what I told you and that story that came out, like him having that conversation and like, hey, just for the fans that don't understand, I told Brandon in a conversation that Kyrie Irving was on a conversation with 70 players and not some junky bullshit motherfuckers, the best players in the league.
Real ass niggas.
Okay, and saying, bro, check this out. I don't feel safe to play. And if we're going to play, why don't we play in our own fucking league? I don't know, man.
I love that. I love that.
Sounds pretty gangster to me.
I really do. It's like, it makes me want to fucking be like, shit, what can I do to help this happen?
Yeah, it makes me want to fucking buy a Brooklyn Nets jersey right out the gate.
You know, like, it's for the first time I thought about him and I wasn't like, fucking beat it.
Right, because
Saying,
everybody thought about him as
that.
some like artistic kind of out there kind of guy.
Ooh,
You know, I
it's
think
that.
this is this is the thing that I have the most about Kyrie. Kyrie was really the deciding factor. I remember when Kyrie came to Cleveland, and I was like, fuck, they might not even need LeBron. And then you bring LeBron to Kyrie and you give him love and you give him fucking all these other dudes. And then I was like, bro, this should be, bro, you were beasting solo dolo. I just gave you the greatest man on the planet. You should win everything. And his bit of his head case fucked them against Golden State. Because they should have beat them. They should have beat. Bro, he was averaging like 30-3. Bro, just keep shooting. Go off. Go off. Do your thing.
But it's just, why would you leave LeBron?
Bro, come on, man.
He likes to pass. He likes to pass, dude.
Dude,
like,
he said it. He came out. I read everything about him. He came out and he said that it was immaturity, fucked up, and LeBron was the answer. Bro, he's been on LeBron. Like, LeBron's been in his ear the whole time. Like, what? He's like, hey, what should I do? What team I should take? Like, he knows he fucked up. Come on, man. That's like Michael Jordan.
I mean, come on.
Dude.
I know, like, it's better. It's better because Jordan had a little bit of black hole. You know, you give him the ball, you ain't never seeing it back.
Right.
LeBron will tap it right back to you.
LeBron is fucking Magic Johnson in our era. That's it. And I can't even believe I'm saying that because I've never seen fucking Magic play. But when a guy passes first, that's not even a position to pass first. What are we talking about, guys? This guy is special.
You didn't get a lot of Magic.
Oh, you. First of all, this is what I told the. Listen, watch you read this. I told an older guy today. You're very mature for my age, and so yes, sir. Do you have a different understanding? Let me tell you. I'll walk it back a little bit. I was very young, and there was no internet, there was no Facebook, no social media, and there was no iPhones. I played outside. You know what made me change my mind? Michael Jordan. And I was like, whoa, who's this dude? I didn't know Magic Johnson. You know what Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson cheated on his wife and got AIDS. No offense to Magic Johnson. But that was the criteria. As a little boy, I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then when he said that, I said, shit, man, everybody could get AIDS, right? Okay, boom, that was that. Michael Jordan.
That's all you knew about me.
Changed NBA. And I was like, wow, what is this guy? He could fly. And he could jump.
But there were a couple of guys.
Right, and then, you know what? Being a smart dude now, Dr. Julius Erving could fly too, but I didn't know that. Right? And so seeing this dude doing this thing, I was like, who the fuck is this fucking guy? You know what? The only thing that I remember it's so weird. There's a couple things. I've always been this weird person where I might not like what the company is doing, but if I find one guy in the building, I'm like, I can give two fucks what this company is doing. I just want to watch this guy. Okay? The only other person that's made me feel like that is Michael Vick. When I see Michael Vick.
Who?
Michael Vick.
Who?
Are you playing with me? I want to say
I still didn't hear you.
Michael
MJ?
Vick.
Oh, okay. Oh, Vick, yeah.
When I seen Jordan, I said, holy fuck, what is this? And that feeling, you know that feeling when you see somebody so fucking good, you kind of get high, but in the inside?
Yeah.
When I watched Michael Vick, I was like, holy shit, who in the fuck is this motherfucker too?
Who is this fucking lefty?
Right, and that was, by the way, that was
I loved about Michael Vick.
Right, but to me, that was Michael Vick's demise, that he was a lefty. Because no lefties have been successful in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, think about the way the ball...
Wrong.
Listen, first of all, don't be a jerk, okay? Because I'm a historian.
Steve
He
Young
won
did
a championship as a Niner, as a lefty,
Yeah.
okay? But he struggled. He struggled. The NFL is built for righties, okay? The whole situation, the way the ball comes out, the way you look at it, Vic,
the way it spins, all that shit.
yes,
Yeah.
it was an anomaly, just like the guy you're trying to tell me, Mr. Lefty from San Francisco.
Oh, Steve Young's one of my all-time favorites.
Of
for
course
that
he
fucking
is.
run he did.
But again, he was an
Just for that
anomaly.
one run.
He was an anomaly.
That one.
It was great. But how many lefties have been successful since then?
But he was like the highest rated passer in NFL history.
First of all, Steve Young is phenomenal. Okay? Steve Young might be, in my opinion, one of the greatest lefties of all time. To me,
that's a hill outside.
Right.
And just seems like a cool guy too.
Oh, by the way, I served him takeout. Speaking about restaurants, I'm putting it full circle. Humble, gracious, nice.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was dealing with Steve Young. That's how nice he was. I was like, oh, it's just some white guy. Here you go, sir. Thank you so much for coming to PF Chang's.
Nice. Yeah.
Would you like some fortune cookies with your order? That nice, right? Like, you're so nice that you're like, this is not a celebrity.
Yeah, it seems real. It seems like he's like a really nice guy.
Oh, he's beyond nice. Like one of those people that make you feel like you're important for fucking bagging groceries.
Right.
Kind of guy, okay?
I saw real quick, I saw a documentary on him, and he earned the respect. Steve had pulled him out. He was like, dude, I was trying to fight George. But that was my plan, was to get over there and fucking get in a physical fight with him. You know.
By the way, as a historian, right? And I think about this, Seafer could have been a plague for the Niners. Wash had it fucking locked up. Same thing for Dallas, right? Had this guy was a great coach. He won 2. Then he dipped out, Jimmy Johnson, because he didn't fucking get along with fucking the owner. And some other schmuck fucking win a chip by accident with the same team. Imagine if Bill Wash. Imagine if Bill Wash was able to fucking do a Don Shula shit for 30 years. Imagine if Jimmy Johnson was able to do a Don Shula shit. Right. This is what we don't know. We don't know. Right. That's why for me, I got a new perspective. I've been watching a lot of games. Everybody wants to make it called the Belichick Trophy. Nah, you got to make it Don Shula, man. You got to make it the Shula.
Well, Don Shula did his thing.
Yeah, he went undefeated and won a chip.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. Steve Young wanted to fist fight. You got to love a guy that's
he was scrappy. He was scrappy, but you also know, because you're old, you're more mature. He battled. He didn't get it out the gate.
Like,
right?
I'm going to fight you, coach.
Joe Montana out the gate 1-4. We're done, right? And everyone wants to give fucking Brady shit. Brady out the gate 1-6.
I don't know how the fuck you've been to Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't even. That's not even. By the way, it's not even comprehensible in the sense of, I've talked to guys and they argue that John Elway is the greatest quarterback of all time. Bullshit.
Who said that?
Many people. And I mean many people within my circle, many people within the sports industry that I've talked to. Listen, I kind of believe them a little bit.
Guy.
Tom Brady, what he did, no one will ever do that. Think about this. You said, how do you go to 6? Imagine if he was perfect and got 8. No one. You're talking about Michael Jordan.
If he won them all?
Yeah, imagine if Michael Jordan went 3. Say, hey, I'm stressed. I'm gonna go play some baseball, and then I'm not gonna let you motherfuckers know about my gambling shit. I'm gonna dip out, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna win another 3. No problemo. Brady had a
which is nuts
to win 8. I mean, are you kidding
really
me?
Obnoxious.
Yeah, it really is. It's almost so obnoxious that you threw your hands in the air. You know that emoji with the girl with her hands up, and everybody tries to throw. That's where you're at. It's like, how did this guy do this? And the
Well,
other,
Larry Bird said it best. It's fucking Jesus is douchey. I guess that's white Jesus
bro,
as a human.
this is what a great performance. I am so blessed and lucky, like I always say in the intro to my show, to watch that greatness. To especially a dude that's like ridiculously whack in the athleticism department. Like Steve Young, he could run
Right.
to the house. Vic
Yes.
could run to the
Yes.
house.
Steve Young could do it
Fucking
all.
Deshaun Watson, all these dudes, Patty, they're athletes.
Yep.
This guy is not an athlete. Yeah, he can play
he's not. He's
athletically. He can't run for shit.
He could pitch in baseball.
Facts. He would probably kill. He'd probably
Right.
been a Cy Young winner. But
Yeah. Which would you rather be? Which would you rather be? Starting pitcher for a World Series team or the quarterback of a
come
football
on,
team?
you know the answer to that, motherfucker. That shit almost sounds remedial to
Really?
asking me. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think I'd pitch.
Really?
I really do.
Because
Yeah.
of the wear and tear on your body.
Because baseball is my original love.
Listen, baseball's my original love too.
And
Think about
the
this:
fucking
the Yankees. Watch this. I'm gonna show you how you're wrong. I'm gonna show you. The Yankees won. Let's pretend they did, but let's just focus on 4 championships, right? The only guy pitching that you remember is Mariano. Forget about Roger.
That's
Forget
not
about Pettit. Forget about that.
well, I remember them all, but
you know what I
that's
mean.
me because I
Right,
watched those
because
games.
we
I
were all,
remember the guy from the Orioles.
yeah, we were digged in.
That guy from the Orioles put on the best pitching performance I think I've ever seen in the postseason.
I agree.
When he came in after Clemens took a shit and shut the fucking Sox down for like 6 plus. That was amazing.
I get that. But there's nothing like being a fucking quarterback of the fucking winning team. Ask Patrick Mahomes about $45 million. Which one would he rather do? Because the boy plays baseball and football. Come on, ask Deion Sanders, who is a two-way player. Ask Bo Jackson. Ask Bo Jackson if he would have been like, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have played baseball, or I should have played baseball, not football. Like
that's.
You know what I mean? Like, think about these guys, and yet you crush.
They love football more, yeah.
And you're not.
They just did.
And this is the thing this is the thing that's crazy. That's why, first of all, to me, John Elway was probably a better athlete than Brady was coming out of the draft. Brady was an
He's a far better athlete than
ochre
Brady.
guy that won 6 with a potential to win 8. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck. What a sick joke. I mean, and that's why he's my guy. I mean, look, I've done all the research. Love Bill Walsh. Love fucking Joe Montana. I mean, I go back. Actually, I think there's somebody that doesn't get enough love. Everybody sucks fucking Joe Montana's dick. I think that Terry Bradshaw should get his dick sucked a little bit because he won 4 fucking championships over the same 10-decade year.
It took Terry some time to develop, and I think that's why he gets hated on a little bit because in those early championships, he was kind of suspect.
Bro, I used to listen. I was such a junkie. I went back on everybody's stats. You're definitely right. It took him a while. You know they won championships when he had the same interception to touchdown ratio. So he had 10 interceptions for the season and 10 touchdowns for the season, but yet they went to the fucking Super Bowl and they crushed.
Yeah.
Right? You couldn't do those numbers now.
The ball,
right.
You put the ball in a lot more danger back then.
Also, having fucking Lynn Swann. Lynn Swann is the beginning.
And
the other dude. Yeah. Stallworth and Swann were the beginning of the, let's say, acrobatic wide receiver at that time when, in the 70s, they ran the rock like crazy. You know
they did a lot of rock running.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, okay, so this is what I'm saying. So Terry Bradshaw, he killed. He got 4 chips. You got fucking Joe Montana. He got 4 chips, but Wash revolutionized the game. Why is not Terry in that fucking conversation? So now Elway, I think he won what was it, 2? Okay, but he was killing it supposedly from way back. The fact that my man,
he would just throw for a lot of yards. He was always on.
He was a Dan Marino until he won. He was very Dan Marino-ish. Exactly. He was very Peyton Manning-ish. I kill in the regular season. I got 40 touchdowns. All of my fucking receivers are getting fed. But when it comes to the playoffs, if someone gives me a hard defense and I can't pass. Yep.
But
there's no
what
running
happened
game.
was they got my favorite running back ever. Well, my second favorite.
Was?
TD. He's like my favorite running back.
I know who. Please, for the folks. Guy. Who?
Oh, who's my number one?
No. Who was your number 2 when you're saying this? You're saying it was your favorite.
Oh, who? TD, baby.
Oh, Terrell Davis.
TD for number 2.
Right? Right. Terrell Davis was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
He hurt my feelings so many times.
By the way, he was like blinded. He was like blinded and still scored touchdowns in a Super Bowl game.
Such a good guy. Like, you listen to him talk and you watch his analysis. He's a cool kid. Like,
I gotta say this on the record for everybody that needs to know. I've met tons of baseball players and I've met tons of football players. Baseball players are cocksuckers. Yes, I said it. You guys are tough to deal with. Motherfuckers think that you guys are the coolest things on sliced bread. There's something.
Who's that? Marshall?
No, there's something about baseball players, bro. These guys, they're on another wavelength. You know what I mean? Football players, bro, is nothing but humility. I've met Marshall Falk, okay? I met Marshall Falk at a restaurant, okay? And a good friend of mine who was very handsome, and I thought he was so cool. He was a restaurant guy, and I was like jocking him and shit. And I was like a young fucking punk and everything. And young punk is like 34, so that's not really young.
Right.
And the window rolls down for this really like silky car. I couldn't even imagine what the car was, right? I was like, is that Marshall Falk? In my mind, right? And so this dude is inside his window. This guy that I thought was like a rock star. He's in his window and he's talking to him like, fuck, that's so cool. It's fucking Marshall Falk. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to get fired right now.
Right.
I'm going to go talk to Marshall Falk. Fuck this shit. I swear to God, dude. Right. And so his head was in the window and I put my head in the window of his car. Okay? By the way, there was a beautiful woman in the passenger seat. So there was definitely not enough space for 2 heads and a passenger within the window. And here this young cocksucker comes in and I put my hand in the window and I say, HOF. And he looked at me and he said, what's up, man? I said, you got a jacket, huh? HOF. Bro, it was so trippy. Like the dude that was putting his head in there walked away because I guess I said words that he didn't understand. Right?
Right.
And he goes, homegirl in the passenger seat is HOF too. But just not the way you think she is. And I said, sir, I hope you have a good night, but watching you was an absolute pleasure. You are always a yellow jacket man to me. And it was just like, it was the coolest fucking thing to have this thing. But come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Marshall Falk. Bro, I told you, man. My life is crazy. It's about to get more crazy. I mean, I fucking had Tony Gonzalez in my Uber for fucking an hour.
That's fucking funny.
It's hilarious. And I'll tell you this, because not only will I get Marshall Falk on the show, I'm saying it now for the listeners, I also will get Tony Gonzalez because I've been waiting. Because also, you're allowed to, just for the fans, you can message him on Twitter. Not like most cocksuckers who don't have that envelope next to their name when you follow them. And that man, the words he told me, I still carry to this day. I'm on the field. I'm training. When I'm at the party, I'm partying. Be where you're at 100%. Bro, I almost fucking, and I literally asked them what makes greatness through a fucking rearview mirror. I didn't even turn around. What makes great? He answered me, bro. And I swear to God.
Keep your fucking head where you're at, dude. Stop letting your mind wander and enjoy what you do.
He went even further than that, dude. He was like, bro, like, it was so crazy. He was like, dude, I was catching passes past practice. Motherfuckers were leaving, going partying. All I did was practice. But what I learned was, when I'm practicing, I'm practicing. When I'm partying, I'm partying. Just remember, be in the moment. Bro, I almost came. I swear to God. I mean, that might be offensive. But I was just like, greatness is speaking.
Well,
you know.
Fortunately, I'm on the phone, so I didn't get any on my face. But we'll try again next.
But again, just back to what we were saying about understanding these dudes. What I was saying is, baseball players, I've had one really good experience with baseball players. For the most part, baseball players, I don't know what it is. They just really disconnected from the real world in the sense that they are stuck with their club 160 something games. Football players only play 16 games, so they have to come to the real world eventually. And so they seemed way more grounded. In the short-lived, in my mind, sport agent. I thought, no. I thought I was going to be a sports agent, but I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to, I swear to God, I thought I was a sports agent. The moment I thought I was trying to pull a Jerry Maguire. Okay. I didn't mean to. This happened. And it's funny, the people that I worked for were the original influences for Jerry Maguire, which is fascinating as well.
Okay.
I thought I was going to
So maybe you are Jimmy Maguire.
I probably totally am. But the problem is that I would never back a baseball player in the sense that they're too erratic and they're afraid of everything. Okay. I know pitchers that don't want to talk to their family because they think they want money. And then this and that. Football players are like, yo, my mother wants money, my cousin, fucking give it to them. Like, they understand that it's such a short shelf life. It's like, we're partying here now. Baseball players have such a longer shelf life, I think they don't understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you get into the majors, you know, it's like riding the pine is worth $800K.
Exactly.
You know, and if you can do that for it, yeah.
So for me, I've always said it. I just spoke to a former sports agent on our show, and he totally agrees, bro. He says the same thing, man. He's like, fucking baseball players are fucking disconnected. But football players, bro, I've been in situations where I've fucking out-talked myself. But football players are they're just dialed in to the people. I think that they just have a shorter shelf life in the sense of getting from college to the pros, where in baseball, everybody's fucking coming. You know what I mean? There's a lot of money to go around. So anyways, on that note, we're going to go...
Baseball's your longevity, dude.
Yeah, for sure. So
that's where you're making all your money.
By the way, folks, I'm going to steal Brandon a little bit before he goes to bed. Thank you very much, Brandon, for coming out and airing it out on the Airin It Out podcast. Yeah, so just hang tight. I'm gonna end the show and we're gonna politic for real quick, so I got smoke and.
All right, good shit.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys.